Well, shit, let's get into it. What the fuck did we do last time, y'all?
I did part of it last time.
Hey, you did more than me.
About that.
Most of it.
I watched it all after the fact. Does that count?
Certainly. Yeah, I mean, you were there in spirit. We didn't do a whole lot with Moon. I think everybody felt weird using him.
I'm amused by the fact that Olin was the one that got him, and then he got kicked. It's like Moon was a curse.
So we had a challenging puzzle to free Uni from her prison.
Yes.
And then got transported to the Fey realm, where we got some shelter for the night. And talk to, what's her name? Big Broad.
Yeah, that was it.
Ralzala.
Yeah, her.
That's what everyone. That's what everyone wants to be called. Is the Big Broad.
You are what you are, man. It's like Popeye. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Anybody else want to add anything?
I hear you solved the riddle, and now I guess we're gonna make our way to the place with the thing.
And the stuff.
And the stuff.
And the things and the stuffs.
And we got our fancy lock of horsey hair.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah, that's
yes,
right.
You did. Yeah. So you guys had able to work with Ralzala the Dao to free her from her oath. Using that kind of long and hard-fought potion of time sliding that started with your trip to Red Ruth, the divination hag. Moved over after she freed herself, she kind of moved to help you free Uni from her prison. Now that her oath to Zariel was no longer in effect, Ralzala was able to turn her magics on the prison, encasing Uni up above that stone carapace that was coming up out of the ground atop that small hill. As her magics kind of interfaced with the globe, there was this massive swirling vortex of lightning energy that circled around you, pulling in demons from all over the plains around. As you were searching for the answer to the riddle of the keys, that swirling vortex kept contracting, getting smaller and smaller. The fear of it burning everyone to ash if they hadn't solved the riddle in time. Kind of at the forefront there could have been a very ugly end. Unfortunately, ramping up all of that power seemed to have sucked Oklahoma dry, and Corey was unceremoniously dropped from the group as he lost power. That I feel for you, man. That was a kind of a high tense situation to suddenly drop out of.
That's my Charlie Brown type luck.
But the good news is that everyone was able to finish and fix, or I should say, solve the riddle. Finish releasing Uni from her prison, and when she did, she called up a small kind of crossover dimensional portal to the Feywild, and for a very brief period of time, less than 24 hours, that pinnacle there at the top of the hill that had been her prison for so long turned into a magical glen filled with fairies and fairy lights and running water, where you were able to rest, recuperate, level up, and now the question is, where do we go next? Uni had made some suggestions. She gave you a lock of, or I should say they gave you a lock of their hair that you can call upon her at need one time. She may be a great benefit to you in your possible fight against Zariel. She also recommended that you search out and find Olanthius. He had been one of her commanders that rode with her on the Hell Ride into Elturel. She said that he is found at the Crypt of the Hellriders. It is this location risen in remembrance of all of the soldiers that fell during that legendary ride. And it's about a day south of where you are at the Demon Zapper. But she suggested that Olanthius might be able to be another ally, and that he was a boon companion to Yael. If you remember, Yael was one of the other commanders that, as Zariel was beginning to fall and be tempted, she gave her magical sword to Yael and Lulu and asked them to hide it or get it out of Avernus so that it would not fall with her. As they ran trying to escape, unfortunately they were beset by demons and Yael fell, but as she did, she unleashed powerful magics which hid the sword inside what has become known in legend as the Bleeding Citadel, which is what we're trying to find to get that sword from within. You may remember way back when we were, before we came down the chains from Elturel after it had been pulled into hell, the Duke Ravengard from Baldur's Gate had wanted to find the sword, believing that it held the power to free Elturel from its chains and allow it to be returned to the mortal plane. And that kind of catches us up where we are. I'm going to pull us all over into the map of Avernus here. A couple quick notes as we get going. Those of you that are in the Discord server, you will see that I posted a link for Sirenscape. So I had previously, the way the player worked, I was able to create a Discord bot on my laptop that would post all of the audio files through to our Discord channel. That is not working for me right now because of some changes that Sirenscape has made. I have not been able to fix the bot yet. So if you want to hear the sounds, the music, the fight tracks, and all that kind of stuff in the background, you will have to click on that link, open it up, and control your own audio. Otherwise, the audio will be on the recording. I've got all of that going. But if you want to see it or hear it in game while we're playing, you'll have to launch that and listen to it yourself.
Regarding that, do you have anything playing now? Because I hear nothing with it open.
I've been hearing the atmospheric sound.
Yeah, it's
pretty faint.
It's very faint right now.
Okay, I just have it low then. That's fine.
Yeah, there's no battle metal going on right now. There it is. That sounds like some good dungeon music.
All right,
Yeah,
maybe I just have
that's
to
our-
reload it because I got nothing.
It's so, and you should see as you listen, there should be like a little like stereo parameter thing that kind of bounces along the bottom a little bit, showing you that there's sounds playing.
It's bouncing. I can crank this thing up to 100 and it's bouncing the entire screen. I got nothing on my end for some reason. It might be my computer audio instead of my Discord. I'll check it out.
All right. So here we are on our map. You guys are still up here near the Demon Zapper. This is where Uni suggested going to try to see if you can't find and befriend Olanthius. We are looking. This is actually correct. I had this moving earlier. It should be closer to. No, actually it wasn't because we had gone north. We're good there. Fine. What would you guys like to do?
Can we take a minute to try to fix our vehicles up a little before we move on?
Certainly can. They are still in pretty rough shape.
It's a good call.
Okay, same as before.
Same exact thing as before. It's going to be... We'll just lose an hour of time, but if you guys want to try to make the rolls with your tools, which... Check your sheets and make sure the tools are still there. I re-imported all of your character stuff because you guys leveled up.
Looks like I have Smith's tools and Mason's tools.
Yeah, I thought I had set them. Would remove off of it for you. And that is... It's a DC 15 dexterity check. You can
Wait a minute, that was just a proficiency.
Hang on, something here. It's
Inventory.
it's taken at least replace damaged parts. The vehicle has to be stationary, which we can say we're parked downhill from the demon grinder. Had to have the spare parts. We did take a bunch of stuff off of the other scavengers, and takes 1 hour to effect the repair. You make a DC 15 dexterity check, adding any proficiency bonus to the check if it's not proficient with tools to make repairs. If it is proficient, excuse me, if the check succeeds, the vehicle regains 2d4 plus 2 hit points. If it fails, nothing happens. We just lose the hour. So it's so see if you can roll the check with the tools. I think the tools will be based on your dex. If not,
I don't have those items in my inventory. I still have the proficiencies listed.
Gotcha. Uno segundo. You should have them back now. And let me fix Ahdri as well. I've got to put them in your D&D Beyond sheet. When I re-import you, it overwrites it. She had Tinker. So, yeah.
Yes, now they are there.
Yep.
Okay, so using the smith's tools or just rolling with those.
So Olin's fails, but Ahdri's passes.
So
we
Olin
get-
didn't include anything else. No dex, no proficiency. I don't think it'll be enough anyway, but it was plus zeros a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me check something here. And my apologies, I should have checked this before here. Tool proficiency.
That was I
proficient.
clicked the dice. What if I clicked just the actual words?
No, you should be able. So what it was is I added the tool sets back to you, but they don't list being as proficient. So now I've got them both listed as proficient. Go ahead and re-roll, and we should see it's going to be. This should add in your proficiency bonus now. Yeah, the +4. Yep, we're good there and there. Okay. So you guys are going to get to each do a repair. So repair is 2d4 plus 2. So you can just click on the d4 icon in the bottom right twice and then do a +2. And that'll be how much we repair. And then we've got to choose which of the vehicles you guys want to apply that to. You can either split it up, add it all to one. It's up to you. Oh, that's it. Do one more d4 for me there, Olin. It's actually a 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right. We'll just add whatever you roll on the last one to that 6. So you got it. So 8 and 7. So we've got what do you get? Three different vehicles still. There's still the one Devil's Ride, which you're carrying with the scavenger mouth on the scavenger, the claw mouth. The scavenger itself and the tormentor. The tormentor is at 29 of 60 hit points. The scavenger is at 52 of 150. So do you want to apply both totals to one vehicle, split it up? What would you guys like to do there?
If I remember correctly, you guys had wanted to do the scavenger last time since we can all fit in it, right?
That would make the most sense, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So add 15 to the scavenger. It's going to get you up to 67 of 150. Do you want to do any more repairs? Spend another hour? Let me go ahead and add an hour to our time here. Do we want to start rolling on?
How many? Oh, 5 days left for the thing. Okay. Do we want to, like, I guess in a way, pause the adventure and maybe head back to Fort Knucklebone where all the people that repaired things were? And maybe they can do a little better job than we could. And then that's on the way there anyway, maybe? I don't know what that might cost us here, but...
So
well, I think we theorized that maybe telling them where the other wrecks were might compensate them, might take that compensation.
Valid. Trade information for repairs.
Yeah, some wrecked vehicles for some free repairs. Might be a fair trade.
Somebody else will have to do that negotiating. Olin is not very charismatic.
If it's between us, it might be a good idea to stop. Unless you want to do this every day.
Yeah,
Well,
doing it out here just is kind of risky too.
You can do
Yeah,
as many... You can do more repairs out in the wild if you want. It's just after a while, we would probably start rolling some checks to see if you're drawing any attention.
And this is Demon Zapper no longer works since we freed the unicorn.
Correct.
Right? So there's no protection area anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, I vote that we stay in repair.
Hey, we could probably spend a couple more hours, see how it goes.
Fine by me. I mean, last time, or we were talking about what do we do, I think we were feeling a little more urgency to try to get back and free Uni. But now, I think, well, the fort, wherever it's hidden, it's not going anywhere. So I think we could probably, spend a little more time, and then, 5 days from now, we gotta be back down there.
I imagine these will take a few days to repair. And so, like, my thought is Knucklebone, whatever that shop thingy is, and then we can head back towards some place that doesn't get us killed by the DM. So maybe not the crypt, based on previous conversations.
I think that we could probably, just in a couple of hours, as long as we have decent rolls, we'd probably have pretty good repair on the vehicles.
Don't go looking to rely on Charlie Brown's rolls.
Just stay connected. We'll worry about the rest.
I mean, the scavenger still has like almost 90 hit points missing from it, let alone the other two. And doing 2d4 each is gonna take a while.
Yeah, they're not in great shape. And if they break down, we're stuck out here.
Remind me, Jamie, there was something about repairing in like a repair area that was better, right? Than repairing in the field?
So...
Or am I just making that up?
It's not that there's any better. The only real benefit to you guys in getting it repaired in, like, say, Fort Knucklebone or, somewhere else where the war machines can be worked on is that you guys would be behind a wall somewhere where you'd have some protection. And then it would be, you'd have to barter for payment in terms of how much you'd pay to have it repaired. Right now you guys have got a bunch of scavenged parts, which I'm letting you use to try and do some basic repairs. If you want to get like back to 100 of 100% on both machines, it would probably be a little bit more expensive.
I think we have some magic seeds we can trade.
Some magic beans that make mushrooms?
You try to give away my surprise beams?
We have a shield I think we could trade.
No.
I think I found what I was talking about. It looks like you will gain advantage on all repair attempts if you're with Clunka and Chonk at Fort Knucklebone.
That's on your attempts. So if you guys wanted to go back there and just use the time, you certainly can.
That works too. I remember there being something.
If it's between us and our destination, might as well just stop there and get that advantage.
So you guys are here right now, next to the Demon Zapper. This is where the crypt is, where you guys are going to try to make friends with Olanthius. This is where Fort Knucklebone is. And then this is where, in 5 days, the Wandering Emporium will be.
Yeah, it's not on the way to the crypt in any way, but it's
Yeah,
sort of in between the shop.
There 4 times as far.
There is this crashed So, to the best of your knowledge, there was a crashed scavenger there. This is where was a crashed scavenger in one of the Devil's Rides. And then up here was the the Ragadraga fight. That was where his crashed demon grinder was. If they're still there. I mean, you guys have... It's been 2 to 3 days.
How far did you say it was to the crypt? I know it's really close, but
it's
time-wise.
It's less than a day's ride south.
So we can try to make it there and then head towards Knucklebone after we hopefully don't all die. Since it's right next to us anyway.
I vote for that.
Yeah, one of the things that you guys will have to do as well is try to find some place to get across the river Styx. That's what that big red, snaking red river is right there.
Yeah, how did we get across that before?
Oh, I thought that was Hawaiian Punch.
Oh, yeah. It's cool. Now, so when you guys came up to Harmon's Hill, there was a ford up here.
I thought we had to get across it from coming down from the city as well.
No, so the city, these big 2 black things here kind of hanging out, those are the chains going up. So as you guys came down the chains, you found one of the small broken bridges coming out of the docks. There's like this huge infernal docks with the big infernal chains coming up out of them, slowly pulling Elturel down into it. You were able to come down the chain to one of the blocks on the shore that holds the chains to the city.
Gotcha, so we ended up on this side anyway. Okay.
Yep. And you know that there is a ford up here that you guys were able to go across with the war machines before. So if you wanted to go that way and then kind of snake your way down around the other side, you can. But there could be some stuff over there. I mean,
so far out of the way.
Looks like fucking Mordor.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
I say give it a few more rolls to repair where we are and then make a run for the crypt.
Okay.
Yeah, since we're relatively so close to it, it probably makes more sense to go there first.
Okay. So let's go ahead and let's have let's have Olin and Ahdri make their rolls again. So there is one other thing. So being your magnanimous dungeon master, I should probably just say this. Those of you that don't have tools could still try to help, which would allow them to have advantage on their rolls.
I do. Well, yeah, I do that. I shall help Owen.
Oh, need you to make the tool roll first.
I think you meant you were going to help Ahdri, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was anticipating that, and that's, I wasn't trying to go real high.
oh. Well, you still failed Owen, so I figured one way or another. There's a few of us. I figure somebody's going to help everybody.
I'll help the other.
There we go.
What's the success?
15.
15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
Yep. So if you roll again, we'll take the higher of the 2 as your roll this time.
All right. Keep your shirt on, lady.
Fuck this campaign.
Darn tootin'.
All right, so that second one works. So the 19.
Ahdri, is that correct?
She auto succeeds. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, but it's showing her rolling 2d4 plus 2 again.
Yeah. There we go.
That's because Audrey's brain is a little messed up right now.
All good.
So we've got one success from Olin. I think Alatar is helping Ahdri, so if you want to roll one more time, we'll take the higher of the two there. Oof. It re-rolled it for her because she's got that halfling luck, but it still is too low. So with 2 14s, unfortunately, Ahdri's does not succeed, but Olin's does. So you can roll 2d4 plus 2. I will advance this one more hour. So we've got 7. Are we doing that all in the scavenger again?
Yeah, I guess. Try to get at least the one vehicle that can carry everybody as hearty and hale as possible.
So now that it is at 74 of 150 hit points. Close that.
Almost half health.
Let me have everybody roll a stealth check for me, please.
Stealth.
I got this.
Olin's so good at it.
Oh, man. Holy shit, Olin. Oh, that's
What'd
great.
I say?
I mean, you are
Wait,
wearing
hold
plate.
on. Why did that roll 2?
Because you have disadvantage because of your armor.
It's disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Stealth checks into- yeah.
Sorry,
where is it?
my
Yeah,
brain's not.
You're good.
My brain's not working either.
You're good. And considering how often the rolls kind of get flubbed up, it's good that you guys keep an eye out. So even with our 2 2s from our plate wearers, the 31, the 14, and the 22 all pass the stealth check for your second hour, so you guys are still able to remain hidden here in the shadow of the demon zapper. So that's been 2 hours. We've made 3 total hit point increases or resilience increases here on the vehicles. Do you guys want to do another round? Do you want to start rolling?
How many more parts do we even have, out of curiosity?
So you guys just scrapped a whole bunch of spare metal, tread, and that kind of stuff off of it, and just tossed all of it in the scavenger.
So lots. Okay.
So I mean, you've got what, 3 or 4 crashed vehicles that you guys have been able to scavenge from.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah. What would the group like to do?
No, it's about half health now, at least.
What time is it?
Right now it is 6:47 p.m. in Avernus. 6:47 p.m. here in Avernus. Those of you just finishing your drive home ride, getting ready for some afternoon drinks, bringing you the latest in hits. Here's Ozzy Osbourne with Crazy Trade.
That fits.
More repairs, or do you guys want to drive?
We try one more time?
Sure.
All right, you guys going to help each other again on this one? Give advantage?
C.
Of course.
Okay. So you guys can roll with advantage on those skills checks.
If it works.
Oh, Ahdri doesn't even need to use it because she passed it already. So you guys
Can you crit this out of curiosity and do 4d4?
No. That's
Dang it. Okay.
just attacks.
It was worth a shot.
Have you while you guys roll your damage, has anybody looked at the new 1D&D rules that they're putting out and beta testing right now to get ready for release in 2024?
Not yet, really.
They are testing completely different crits. DMs can no longer crit.
I saw that change.
That's
Well, I don't like that.
I don't either. The other change is that, like, when it comes to saving throws and ability throws, a 20 is always a success, a 1 is always a failure, regardless of what your bonuses are.
Well, that I'm used to, so I can't.
I'm not a big fan of that either. That means that, like, 1 out of every 20 attempts, means that Alatar could throw the demon zapper to the moon. Like, doesn't matter how high of a DC I set on that. If he rolls a natural 20, he does it. That's a little.
Okay, that's a little. Yeah, that's a little much.
that's a little too much.
Yeah,
Just
I
keep
mean,
trying until it works.
that's the thing. Like, if somebody says, I want to fly, and you say, okay, roll, and they roll a 20, even though they don't have flying or anything like that, they can fly.
Exactly. And I try to be a yes and type of DM. Can I do this? Yes, and it's going to have a high difficulty, or yes, and you may need to have some help from a party member or a magic item, something. To be like, yes, and you rolled a 20. Okay, you're flying. What would you like to do while you're flying?
I feel like there has to be some level of no.
I guess
there's already heavy testing going on around the new beta rules as they roll them out with the player survey feedbacks. And I was looking at a bunch of the different YouTubers I watched that were all submitting it, and they were all having the same complaints that this is going to make things really difficult for dungeon masters.
I guess in that particular case, as the DM, you could say, yes, you fly for a half second.
Yeah, it's hard to do that kind of stuff, and you don't want to take away player agency, but at the same time, there's got to be a rule system that makes it semi-realistic. I mean, we are all swinging swords and flinging spells, but
It's
the thought that
with the crit thing, it's already hard enough to die here. I've tried.
Yeah.
But taking away the crits from the DM just is like, oh well, now there's no risk unless you do something obscenely stupid.
There's no really giant hits that could come landing.
Yeah, I jump over the river Styx. 1. Okay, you can die now.
Okay, so I saw that Ahdri rolled and got 8 for her repair. Almost have you rolled a 2d4 plus 2? So we've got what, plus 13 all in the scavenger again?
Sure.
So the scavenger is now up to 87 of 150, so you've got it up past the 50% point.
And now it's what, 7 something?
It's dinner time.
And I've got to move that to 756.
Enjoy your iron rations.
I'm happy with over half.
Same.
Right.
We can probably, we can try this every morning or whatever, and it should get us back, hopefully.
Right. So are we heading south, heading west, heading east, heading north? Where do you guys want to go?
I think we settle on the south, right?
Yep.
Yeah, heading to the next objective.
Are you guys going kind of full speed, half speed? How quick are you guys trying to get there? Are we leaving giant rooster plumes of dust behind us, or are we creeping along a little bit slower?
Doing it at a medium pace.
Minimum
Medium
dust.
pace. Medium pace.
My junior high years taught me through Oregon Trail, fast is better.
Let me have everybody roll one more stealth check for me. All right. As a group stealth check, that is a pass. So you guys are able to make your way roughly the 100 miles or so down toward the crypt of the Hellriders. Let me go
Just
ahead
out of
and
curiosity, if Ryan rolled a 0, what would have happened?
So with the way I run stealth checks is I have all 5 of you roll, and as long as 3 out of 5 meet the check, I give it to the entire group.
Oh no, that's fair. I just thought it'd be hilarious just to see a 0.
I mean, auto fail on a 1, right? That's the new rules.
Yes, but we don't play that system because it doesn't exist yet.
So with a 0, I guess Severius, his Tourette's would kick in, and he'd be like, "Ah, ah."
Let's see. He's literally just firing harpoons off into the sky as he's driving.
No, we only have like 5 of those.
Thank you. Here. Okay. All right. This. Okay. So as you guys come tearing across the plains of Avernus again, moving towards the Crypt of the Hellriders, you can see that there are these kind of large stone pieces rising up out of the ground, and there is a like a small rock face that has some carved arches in it that look like it leads down into a cave below the surface. As you get closer, you see there is acrid smog swirling around this barren hill, rising from which almost like giant tombstones are a pair of leaning monoliths. Each of them soars more than 50 feet up into the smoky red sky. There are dozens ahead of you, dozens of armored knights kneeling in motionless reverence before those two monoliths. Between them, you can see at their, kind of below their feet, built in that hill, is a set of onyx steps leading down under the plain of Avernus. What would you like to do?
Bunch of knights not moving. Are they? Do we know? Are they alive?
You could certainly test and check and see and talk and all those fun things to figure it
I
out.
don't want to poke one. I don't want
Do we want to hide the
Eldritch
vehicle?
Blast.
just
I think we just throw a rocket one.
Maybe I can sneak up and take a closer look.
It's just a warning shot firing across the bow.
Yeah. Let's let our sneaky man go make a look.
Yeah, I'm full up on Lux, so I can do this.
Fireball.
Maybe I do the firewall.
I see
Hey, they're in a nice line.
Why not unleash me?
Not now.
So if Moon would like to sneak up, what I will say is that as you guys are kind of driving toward them and you're seeing this, like you're within range where they would be able to hear the infernal war machines that you're driving. The two that you have, especially the scavenger, makes a lot of noise. You've got a devil's ride clanging off the back, being held in the scorpion-like claw tail. The tormentor is kind of every now and then belches and bellows out some black smoke because it is less than 50% of its health. The scavenger is driving better. It's, you're able to make left turns again rather than just right turns from that snapped front axle, which is, that alone in and of itself is a miracle, being able to turn left and right. Who knew? But the machines make a lot of noise. The stealth check that we did was really to see if you guys could get across the plains without pulling any attention to yourselves. But you're likely within noise distance from these kneeling soldiers. If Moon wants to sneak up, let's have you roll a stealth check.
I'm okay with that.
So as you move forward, what you see is that there is kind of these ancient suits of armor. They're slightly rusted, coated in the red dust of the plains. Each is leaning forward with the forehead of their helmet leaning against the pommel of their sword. The swords are all kind of struck down into the dirt in front of them. Their hands encircle, their armored hands encircling the pommel, their head resting against it. But as you get closer, you can kind of see that you notice that there's not anything moving. If you want to do any kind of investigation or perception checks, you can do so.
Yeah, am I within 30 feet at this point?
Tell me how close you want to be. It's your stealth.
Well, I guess let's just do a general investigation or perception, whichever one you want to do, just to see if I can see, if it's just statuary suits kind of thing, or...
I'll let you choose and then describe the action to me. Are you perceiving things with your senses, or are you trying to investigate based on clues? Describe what you're doing to me and choose the right roll for you.
Okay. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna try investigation. It's not as good, but I'm gonna try it because I want to look for things like, like see if they've got movement marks, scuff marks in the area, or see if I can see like eyes or breathing or any sort of thing that they could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I had to find it. Sorry.
That's good. Okay, so as you spend some time, just a few minutes looking them over, trying to determine if you see any of those scuff marks, you're not seeing anything. You're actually able to look in, and you notice looking through the cracks in the armor a bit. All you're seeing inside are like dried bones. You also recognize that each of the suits of armor has a tabard. And as some of the dust blows off, you see that it is the faded regalia of Elturel.
Oh, interesting. So I imagine looking through the cracks, I got a little closer then, be able to see that.
Yeah, it's so the armor itself is fairly old and rusted. So there are some holes and some pieces that seem to have kind of, the leather has slowly rotted and parts of the armor have split a little bit. It's, the heavy plate just from the amount of time that it has sat out here baking in the sun has begun to degrade. So where you're able to kind of look, and as you're looking for those, those types of marks of movement or signs of life, you're realizing that these are
displayed as like intimidation kind of a thing, maybe.
Could be.
Okay. Can I possibly insight that?
Sure.
Okay. I used all my good rolls earlier.
So it doesn't, you're not getting a sense that this is meant to be, as you kind of step back, maybe moving back toward the group to share with them what you found. As you think about it, you realize there doesn't seem to be anything ominous or menacing in the way that the suits are arranged. It is as if this was a final kind of way to honor the Hellriders of Elturel. You notice because all of them were wearing the same tabards, that same regalia of the fallen city. The Hellriders were all knights of Elturel when they fell here, and Zariel, was the one that led them on that legendary ride. So many of those knights fell here in Avernus, and it was never really known what happened to them. What you were looking at, this crypt, this might be their final resting place. And what you're seeing is some of the knights who didn't fall but may have been trapped here had bowed their heads as they finally passed and succumbed to the forces of Avernus.
Okay. I will relay all of that and say, well, a whole bunch of dead guys, but there's no movement, no nothing, so it seems like it just might be okay.
Sweet.
Kind of creepy.
What would you guys like to do?
Get a little closer.
Let's move forward.
Don't be shy.
How far are we from with the vehicles right now? Do we want to like hide them and move forward on foot, or do we want to just drive as close as possible?
That is up to you guys. So you're again, this is kind of like it's a hill that goes up, but it's almost as if like the front side of the hill was kind of cut off, and it's a little bit of a bowl impression with the two monoliths rising up into the air, and then that onyx staircase leading down under the hill and under the plains of Avernus. So you could, and there's, it's in front of that, kind of coming out towards you. So let's say you're looking at their backs, are the kneeling suits of armor facing the monoliths. There is a clear path through the center toward the onyx stairs, but if you were to pull any other ways, you'd be driving your war machines over those suits of armor.
Do we even see anywhere where we could feasibly hide the machines out of sight?
There's not really a whole lot of cover here. You could try to park them You could try to park them here and take the soul coins that you have with you. But there's not a whole lot of hiding here. It's just this small hill with the monoliths and the doorway down.
I would say let's drive up closer to the place. Did you see anything to indicate anyone around? Any movement? Anything?
No, just a whole bunch of dead Hellriders.
Then I would say we drive up to the place and park there. If we have to run, at least the vehicles will be close, and if someone comes up, we should hear them and we can run out. The vehicles are right there. We'll be right there instead of a mile away.
Makes sense to me.
Do it.
All right. So you guys get you drive up as close as you can without running over any of the fallen Hellriders that kind of bow in obeisance to the monoliths. You park your war machines. What would you like to do now?
And you said we've got some lovely non-ominous steps leading down.
Yep. There are some. There is a staircase leading down under the hill, under the plain of Avernus.
Does it look friendly?
You can do an investigation or a perception check if you like.
I'd love to do a perception check.
How big is this place? Like, would it take me a long time to walk around it?
I'm gonna do investigation instead.
It'd probably take you to walk all the way around the hill. Well, you perceive everything. You can see the far side of the map.
I see the present, the future, the past, all of it.
To walk all the way around this hill, just a really quick answer Moon's question, probably take you about 35-40 minutes. The monoliths themselves are kind of the biggest part of this. This is not as high or as big a hill as what the demon zapper was with the stone carapace and all that stuff built atop it. This is more kind of like a low hill, but imagine kind of like a hobbit hole, right? You've kind of got like the small mound of a hill, two monoliths going out, and where like the hobbit door would normally be, that's where the arches are cut into the stone with the staircase going down.
Actually, I was just thinking about checking for other entrances or something.
Yep.
Maybe.
You certainly can. To Alatar's perception, as you are checking out the stairs, what you see is these finely carved set of onyx steps. Initially, the walls around them are kind of rough hewn, but as you look down the steps a little bit before you enter, you can see that the stonework clearly becomes worked, and there is, it becomes kind of a smooth walls. The stairs continue down into darkness below you. At the very bottom, you can see that there are some torches lit. And you can see a landing further down.
Okay. It's lit. There's torches. Looks very inviting.
Must mean somebody's
Sounds like
home.
a party invitation.
He chose poorly.
Well, let's just remember that advice when we leave. Don't take any cups with you. All cups stay in the party realm. All right, I'm moving up towards the steps.
I will as well, with my weapons out just to be safe, because I'm paranoid.
Right. So as you look down the steps,
Bringing up the rear.
Yep. As you look down the steps, you can see that they lead down into darkness, but then kind of a little bit further below, just kind of at the edge of your vision, you can see that there is some lighted torches and a landing at the bottom. Are you guys going down the stairs?
Side note, I think this is my first dungeon with you guys. I'm excited.
Oh, shit.
Also, if we're going down the stairs, I am looking for traps 100% of the time. I'ma just throw that out there now.
I want to throw some rocks down the steps.
Okay.
Ball bearings.
Some rocks go skipping down the steps.
I have 1,000 ball bearings, just for the record.
Do they make pleasant sounds, or is it
Just kind of bouncing along the stone. You can hear that they come to a end at the landing below.
sounds solid? Nothing hollow?
Not that you could hear from that distance.
Even with my investigation?
If you would like to investigate, you certainly can.
Nah, fuck that. Let's go.
All right, we going down the stairs?
Yep.
Then let's go.
I can lead sneakily and perceptively.
Yeah. So you guys move down to that first landing, and this is what we see.
The crypt.
I just learned how to do that.
Let me do that. Yeah, to turn your character. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just get volume here.
Olin's got spiders crawling on him. I do.
So, as you get to the bottom of the steps, let me turn this on for myself so I can see my notes. As you get down toward the very bottom of the steps, you see that there are a pair of basalt doors blocking the passage directly ahead of you. Their surfaces are engraved with the relief of a knight locked in combat with a devil, both of which wield burning swords. There are 2 torches on the walls that are lit and burning. There are some urns and spider webs and that kind of thing around the floor in front of you. But here in front is that giant stone door.
And these are just standard torches?
Yep.
So they burn out after a couple hours, which means somebody's already here. Or I'm reading too much into the design. Alright, I'm gonna move up and check the door for traps and door locks and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Wait, is that perception and investigation?
You can use either when you want to search for door. It depends on how you do it.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna stick with that roll because I already clicked it, so.
Perfect. So as you move forward, you don't find any traps. You do note that the giant stone doors appear to are either stuck in place or they are locked. As you look through, you can just see there are just some small cracks, and you can faintly pick out the flickering of light on the other side as if there was more torchlight, but the door in front of you is locked. In your investigation or in your perception of the door as you look it over, you see that there is some small script carved into the mantle above the door.
Can I read it?
You can certainly do so. So as you read it, you realize that it is in common. It's in the regular script. And as you kind of dust it off a little bit, clearing it up, you realize that it is it's a limerick.
Is it dirty?
Not really. It says, "I am used to wield power and glory, and am part of every war's story. Wise men often think I'm weaker than ink, though my leavings are oft for more gory."
Can you highlight the important words in that, please?
Our story, wise, ink, gooey.
Oft Can Olin take a look and see if there's anything that jumps out to him about
Sure.
the stone door with his stone cunning?
Yeah. If you want to move up and do a perception or investigation, you can certainly do so. And the stone cunning, let me here.
So I didn't know if I just roll the dice next to the stone cunning. It says an intelligence history check.
Yeah, so do it gives you proficiency and doubles the proficiency bonus. So let me just check here. So you do not have proficiency in it. But if we double, you'd be able to basically add a +8.
The fact that it's a feature or a trait or whatever, stone cunning, a dwarven innate ability, that wouldn't double the proficiency?
No, it does. That's what. So your proficiency is +4. So
Okay.
if you roll to be +8.
Clicking the die did not roll anything.
Just roll a history check, and then we'll add 8 to it.
Wait, is that a new animation? Just broke the glass.
Yep. So unfortunately with that, as you look it over, you're not seeing anything of note other than that, the engraved, carved into the stone, that limerick above the mantle.
It's a pretty door. Fine work here. Yes.
Can I investigate along the walls and everywhere else to see if there's anything of
Sure.
significance? Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Get the fuck out of here.
You don't
my
find
God.
you don't find anything of note as you look around the walls. You just your eyes keep getting drawn back to that limerick above the door.
I have to check too. I have to do it too.
I'm just... Severius and Olin are getting their bad rolls out of the way for when the combat happens. That's what's going on here.
That's all it is.
I feel like I can't participate in this, by the way, just so you guys know. Funny story. My game yesterday was all about a sphinx with lots of riddles, and this may have been one of them.
This actual phrase?
This exact same one. Though one word is different. One word is different.
Is it the same campaign?
Nope, it's not even the same system.
It's not even,
Not even the same system.
That's
I think
hilarious.
somebody violated some copyright there.
We did about 20 different riddles with a Sphinx room, and this was like number 4. If it's, I'm guessing it's the same one at least. So I feel really bad if I answer this.
So that means I got it wrong.
Let me look back through. So Severius said courage. That is incorrect. And Ahdri said memory. That is incorrect.
I'm just gonna wait.
I'm used to wield power and glory, and am part of every war's story. Wise men often think I'm weaker than ink, though my leavings are oft far more gory.
Yours rhymes better, by the way.
Yeah, I changed it up.
You changed it from where you stole it?
I mean, I'm sure Google would be a good source, but Not advocating doing
That's
that.
cheating.
Not advocating it, just saying. I know that's where our other DM just did a whole bunch of searches for riddles, so.
The first one pops up.
Seriously, like number 4. This was like number 3 or 4.
My first thought on this is like parchment.
Used
Like
to
paper,
wield
yeah,
power
paper
and glory.
or words.
Can I give a hint?
Sure.
Hey, can you describe the door again?
The door it's a pair of basalt doors blocking the passage. The surface is engraved with the relief of a knight locked in combat with a devil, both wielding burning swords.
That was my hint.
Fire.
It is not fire.
You're fired.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
The penis mightier.
I'll take Jap-Anus relations for 100. It's Japan-U.S. relations.
Anal bum cover for 300, Alex.
All right. So,
Yeah, I mean, swords, yeah.
Ahdri, our ever-faithful bard, from the back, watches all of you boys searching around, sniffing the walls, scraping at the...
I didn't do anything.
Simply shrugs her
duck.
shoulders and goes, sword. And as she does so, you hear the releasing of locks, and then in front of you, the large stones slide apart.
I'll take S words for 1,000.
Board. Good job, Ahdri.
Thanks. All right, now you big guys go through the door.
I'm
I
giving
sneakily-
Ahdri inspiration for that.
Hey, what? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you should have just answered the damn thing.
I felt bad. It wasn't fair.
Never give away your advantage.
So as you look through the door, you see that there is a narrow hallway running to the east and the west. And you can see that there is flickering torchlight in that hallway. Again, the rolling mists kind of creeping along over the floors. Yeah.
Well, you guys want to go left or you guys want to go right?
What do you catch any odor from either way?
I sniff.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Nice job. You can smell some of the torch smoke of the pitch and wood that is burning. Other than that, it is a very kind of musty underground, kind of slightly damp, earthy smell. But you don't pick up anything specific left or right.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. So as you step through, you can see that the hallway runs maybe 30 feet to the west and 20 feet or so to the east before each side opens up into what looks like larger spaces. And you guys have got free range. The pause button is off, so if you want to move your characters down through doorways with Moon, you can certainly do so.
I
I'll be right
use my Helm of Telepathy and detect thoughts to the left and then detect thoughts to the right. And through the wall in front of me, just to be fun.
Gotcha. Let me look at something here.
I don't use that near enough.
I think this is the first time we've used it.
Second.
So that... So the Helm of Telepathy lets you cast the Detect Thought spell with a DC of 13, but it's on a creature that you can focus on. So do you see something that you want to focus on?
Oh, I thought it was in a direction.
Detect thoughts from it. As long as you maintain concentration, you can use a bonus action to send a telepathic message to a creature you are focused on. It can reply using a bonus action. Let me look up, where are you here? Detect thoughts. Let me look at the spell description rather than the helm description.
Yeah, I know I can do things like to people, but
yeah, it's so for the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast a spell, and as your action on each turn until it ends, the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet. If the creature you choose is an intelligence of 3 or lower, it doesn't speak any language, it's unaffected. It lets you learn the surface thoughts, or you can choose to dig deeper, which then would require them to make a DC saving throw to try and detect you or push you out. You can, let me jump down here. You can also use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see when you cast a spell. As your attack, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet. No, you can. It's down here at the bottom. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of metal, 10 sheet of lead will block. Alright. So that's going to be... That's going to be its charge. Let me put... I want to put a marker on you that lets me know we're using it. So here's your concentration. Until you drop concentration, it will basically keep going. This lasts for 1 minute. So let's look at 30 feet here. That's 30.
Out of curiosity, does it have charges? Nowhere does it say it has charges. It just says I can do it.
I think it's 1 a day, 1 a short rest. Let me check.
Yeah, I don't see it, but I know suggestion has once per until the next dawn, but that's it that I can see.
No, I think you're right. For some reason, when we imported it, it added a. That's good. That's good. Yeah, when we imported it, for some reason, it put a charge on it.
Weird. I do this all the time going forward, now that I learn all of this stuff about the item I've had for about 6 months now.
So you will need to... So it's an action to cast the spell. Okay. Let me... Why that has that, but we'll just leave it. So within 30 feet of you, you are not picking up any thoughts within 30 feet.
Congratulations, everybody. The DM says you're thoughtless.
What?
Huh? So which way would you guys like to go?
I say east. Because it's shorter, I think.
Okay. You guys want to start moving in a direction? You want to split the party? Some go east, some go west? Let's do it. Let's get crazy.
I think I saw a Scooby-Doo episode on that.
So for trap sensing, you want me to just make a general perception check, or you want me to do it whenever I feel like doing it, or just one going forward until I find something?
If there's something specific you're looking for, we'll have you roll. Otherwise, I'm using your passive perception, passive investigation on stuff.
I gotta remember what those are.
You have a passive perception of 20.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that.
So I'm gonna roll a d4, and even we go right, odd we go left. Cool.
Our perspective or character perspective?
Sure.
I just wanted to be complicated.
Yes.
So which way was even?
I don't know.
Which way was odd?
South.
Yeah, let's go there. Shit, I already forgot. Come on, guys.
I'm going this way. I'm going this way sneaky like.
I want to follow Moon.
Huh?
That's a narrow passage, huh?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah. So, Moon, as you approach this room ahead of you, what you see is a room that has some, let's see here, some crypts. You see some funerary urns kind of positioned reverently throughout the hall. You see more spider webs. There's another torch burning in here. You can see lots of, there's urns kind of everywhere around some of the crypts. But you don't see anything else from that current perspective.
I poke my head in and see what's down farther. Same thing, I'm guessing.
Yep. So you can see that there are urns around the room. Some of the ceiling pieces have broken and fallen further down. Webs and spiders kind of covering everything. Again, though, nothing, nobody moving that you can see, but you can see that there are still lit torches here. And you can see from that vantage point that there is another narrow passageway here and another narrow passageway.
I whisper back what I see and go a little farther in.
Okay. Anybody, if you guys want to move up with him, you can. If you want to hang back, you can. I mean, at this point, like, Moon's really the only one that rolled the stealth checks, and you guys are staying close enough to him that
Stop messing me up.
Other stuff would hear it. But
what are you saying?
I'm
saying we
saying
can't be stealthy.
I'm saying it's.
You chose not to be.
There are other things that you would excel at, Severius. Being sneaky is not one of them.
Hey, he could roll 2 20s. I rolled 2 1s last session I played, so it's possible.
He could.
Your talents lie elsewhere.
So you guys all see the same kind of thing. There's like a crypt here and a crypt here, both with heavy stone lids. There are urns kind of all around the room, stacked on the floor. Moon has moved up where there is another passageway here, and then there's another one that goes that direction.
And this is where we're supposed to find the other ally, right?
Yes, you guys came in here trying to find Olanthius.
And Uni didn't give us any information about Olanthius, really, right?
So she did give you some. So he was one of the commanders.
Death Knight or something?
Yeah, he was a commander that rode with Zariel on that legendary ride of the Hellriders. He was boon companion to Yael. Yael was one of the other leaders that tried to take the Sword of Zariel and get it out of Avernus before she fell.
She didn't say that whether we should expect that he's still alive.
No, so she told you that he is most certainly undead.
Most certainly undead?
Yes. Yeah.
Like a vampire?
No, he's a Death Knight. Ryan had it in one. So Olanthius, as many of them did when they fell as Zariel was turned, other commanders were turned, others fell and Zariel punished them. Olanthius' story, you don't know all of it, but you do know that he was arisen as a Death Knight.
Olanthius is a bad mother.
If you guys want to roll and see what you know about Death Knights, you can certainly do so.
Okay.
Roll what?
That would be history or arcana.
Do you have to be proficient in these to roll them? I
No,
don't remember.
no,
Oh, good, because I have.
You can
I'm not.
roll. You can roll. It'll just change what your bonuses are on the rolls.
Oh, I'm straight rolling.
So religion wouldn't count on that, being Death Knights.
I would let you roll that as religion because it is one of the things that, as a member of your clerical order, you may have heard of them before.
I
Nope.
know nothing. Nobody knows nothing.
I vaguely remember hearing about them.
So
You said-
Severius.
Kana?
Arcana or history?
Yep. So we got a 14, we got a 12, and 2 9s. Is there
Thought
anything?
that was rolling to that 20. I thought it was going.
Is there anything Ahdri wants to roll? I can't wait till I roll something. I want Dig to see my new dice so bad.
Is it cheetah print? Like your
Nope.
underwear?
Oh no,
Like your bed sheets.
those are my
Zebra.
dice.
Oh, those are sick.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, did you have to buy those?
Nope. I found the mod. when we posted, I forget who posted that, but when Dig said he wanted, I was like, I bet you I can find those. So yeah, my 20 says, fuck yeah.
That was me.
I think you posted it, but I think Dig was the one that responded.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's the only one that likes my jokes.
Your mom likes them too.
That was a compliment.
I know. I'm saying me and your mom, we both like them.
She does laugh at them, yes.
Dad jokes are only funny when they're apparent.
Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, so with so Ahdri definitely passes the check. So in your bardic knowledge, you have heard tales of Death Knights before, and it's usually tales of tragedy and of woe. When a mighty paladin falls from grace and dies without seeking atonement, dark powers can transform those once mortal knights into hateful, revenge-filled undead creatures. A Death Knight is a skeletal warrior clad in fearsome plate armor, and often beneath the helmet, you can see their skull with some kind of malevolent pinpoint of burning lights rather than eye sockets or eyeballs. They are filled with eldritch power. They are incredibly powerful beings. Bonus points to any nerd. I will give immediate inspiration to any nerd who can type the name of the most famous Death Knight in our chat.
Oh, Avenger?
The most famous Death Knight in Dungeons and Dragons history. One of my all-time favorite characters. For those of you who may have been in love with
Oh, I was going straight World of Warcraft.
Dragonlance. Oh no, Dragonlance. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, shit. I know this.
Yeah, I can
Knight of the
picture
Black
him.
Rose.
Yeah.
I can picture the picture.
I can too. I can picture his deathly visage.
It's Smitty.
It was Lord Soth from the Dragonlance novels.
I knew it was an S. I can remember it.
I
Smitty,
love those books so much,
Right,
and that was one of my favorite characters.
Sam.
But so you know, Ahdri, you specifically know that a Death Knight is a incredibly powerful undead creature that gained its powers because it was transformed. It was once a mortal paladin usually of incredible power and strength, but they die horribly without seeking atonement for something that they did wrong. If you want to share that with the group, you can. Or keep it to yourself. It's up to you.
No,
It's
no,
totally
I
up to
share
you.
it with everybody. These horrible, horrible death knights. Horrible, horrible
Make it
people.
mad. Got it. Not making it mad.
Don't throw rocks at them.
So, and one of the things that you know is that even though they rise again full of hate or anger or the need for revenge, or they have some kind of dark purpose, they still have that sense of honor that they held in life, even though, because they lived their lives as paladins, fighting for, the causes of their gods. The same way that our own Severius, follows the path of horror.
Great God.
Yep. Death Knights were once paladins akin to Severius, but they had a horrible downfall of some kind.
Good to know.
Did I not pronounce the whore correctly?
Or
All right, so what would you guys like to do? We've got a pathway going directly south, or one going kind of curls around here that Moon is checking out. So you can see it takes a 90-degree turn and then another 90-degree turn and leads into a larger room.
I'm sticking with the same direction unless I'm told not to.
I would like to give a motivational speech.
I come back to listen. Oh, wait, real quick. Am I detecting anything yet? Thought-wise?
Nope, not picking anything up on the old thought meter.
Okay.
Motivational speech, because I know you've got the two different ones. So motivational speech. Oh, you already popped. Look at you. You already popped it up here for me. Thank you. So it's a 3rd level spell. I think. So let me ask you this, Ahdri. So the motivational speech lasts for 60 seconds as a spell. You also have the other one, the inspiring leader. It takes you 10 minutes of talking to cast it, but that one lasts until the temporary hit points are gone.
So does it last 60 seconds or is it 1 hour?
Oh, hang on.
Because at the bottom it says
Yep,
3rd level,
Yep. I'm sorry.
5
It's
creatures, 1 hour.
1 minute to cast, 1 minute to cast, 1 hour to last. You're right.
The other one's a feat, right? If I remember correctly?
Yeah, so she took inspiring leader. That's 10 minutes inspiring folks and up to 6 allies. That gives a plus 11 once per short rest.
And that doesn't consume a spell slot, which would be good, possibly.
I will let Ahdri choose. She cast motivational speech. I can give you the spell slot back.
I didn't see the inspiring leader. I think I just scrolled past it into the spells. I was trying to find it. I was like, I know I had another one. So let's do the inspiring leader one.
Okay, so inspiring leader is going to give each of you 11 temporary hit points. I can add that in for you guys if you like. There's 11 on Severius.
I did mine already. Don't worry about it.
All right. I'm ready for Audrey's speech.
Yep, while I'm adding it in, go ahead and start giving people...
No, I want to hear it. I want 10 minutes of
That's what I'm
inspiring
saying.
speech.
She's got
You're not getting 10 minutes. My brain is on very low function.
I will accept 45 seconds.
Okay, 45 seconds.
You say it's on very low function, but even at your lowest, you were still the one that figured out the riddle. So you're already.
I think that actually says a lot of negative things about the rest of us.
It might.
I had to fully undistract myself. Like you guys were talking, I had to take out my earbud because I was like, my brain is not able to concentrate on more than one thing right now. I got my booster shot yesterday, and I'm totally feeling the effects today. So
Dig said you've got baby COVID, so I get it.
Yeah. It feels like my bones are getting stabbed with needles, and I got some brain fog.
It wasn't actually a COVID vaccine. It was adamantium.
That's what it feels like. All right, so this is our first trip with Moon. Moon, you're gonna do an awesome job. We're all gonna show them how it's done. By just like murdering everything and not throwing rocks at the knights. And we're gonna tear this bitch up and smash some spiders. Come on, guys, we got it. Spider smashing, knight killing. Woo! Go team! All hands in! Woo!
I just want to add in at the end there. We're looking for an ally.
Yeah, but I think something might happen.
Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst.
You're the best around.
No, dude. The animated Transformers, that scene, like, it just gives me goosebumps every time. Doesn't matter how old I am.
Okay, so everybody's got some temporary hit points. Moon has checked out the passageway a little bit. Ahdri has given us all an inspiring speech. You guys can keep following Moon if you'd like to, or you can go in different directions.
Split the fucking party.
What? What was that?
Leroy Jenkins.
Man, it keeps getting hinted that we should split the party.
I'm joking. It's never.
Or do you?
Or should you? So as Moon and Alatar, as you both move forward, you are seeing in front of you a much larger room that is kind of better lit than some of the hallways that you have been through thus far. As you look in, you're going to see it's a little bit narrower for Alatar. So in front of you, you can see something that looks like a Memorial Steles, some kind of a stone. Moon, you can see a couple of them.
I see three.
Alatar, you see just the edges of two, but you see one kind of clearly ahead of you. There are these large Memorial Steles, these stones rising up toward the higher ceiling. It's like 25-foot ceilings in this room in front of you. And you can see that from the distance, you can't really read it, but you can tell that there is writing of some kind on those stones. What would you guys like to do?
I relay what we see, for one. And then, there's 4. I was wrong, there's 4. I would like to take a perception check to see more about them, I guess, from here. Ooh, that makes me wonder.
So as you look around the room, what you are seeing is that there are 4 Memorial Steles, those large standing stones, around which are stacked more of the burial urns of varying sizes, makes. Some are stone, some are made of iron, some are made from clay and pottery. But there are all types of urns kind of stacked up. You can see some older shields, some bones. There are some memorial candles lit in here and there amongst the urns. And you can tell that there is a lot of writing on the Memorial Steles. At the very top, on each of them, there is a legend etched that reads in common, "Here lie the fallen. May their souls echo here until the end of time." Directly behind them, kind of over here on this wall that you can just barely see, you can tell that there is some kind of a tapestry, though it's not lit well enough from where you're standing to be able to see it clearly.
Dark vision?
You can, well, yeah, it's kind of at the very edge. You're going to see it kind of in black and white.
Okay.
But there is it's a tapestry showing a solemn looking blindfolded angel on the back of a mammoth with feathered wings. The mammoth is rearing up on its hind legs, and the angel is holding a sword directly above its head. All around them and beneath their feet are the broken bodies of fallen knights and devils.
I'm getting strong Lulu vibes on this one. Is Lulu here, by the way?
We can bring her in if you guys want, or she can be in the war machine. It's up to you.
No, I figured to bring in because she might know more about this guy in my head. Being he was you said a knight with Zariel, right?
Good call.
She was one, or the Olanthius was one of her commanders. He was one of the leaders in her army.
And she got all her memory back, right? So she would know.
She didn't get all of her memories back. So she was going. Uni tried to heal her. She did get some memories back, but not everything. She did, however. Well, we'll see if it comes up. She may have learned another spell.
Well, pending she's here, I kind of want her to take a look at this tapestry because it seems to me that, if I remember correctly, like, did Zariel like ride Lulu at some point, if I remember correctly? Or am I making that up?
We don't know. We know she was that Lulu was one of her boon companions, but the images that you've seen have been of her riding a mastodon.
Okay. Well, she's kind of, small mastodonish. So tiny itty bitty. So yeah, I kind of want Lulu to take a look at this tapestry.
Mini-don.
Yeah, mini-don. I like it. And I'm going to try to go over there, but I'm going to try to do it very carefully because last time I disturbed any sort of grave, mummies attacked us, and I don't want to do that again.
Okay. If you want to move into the room, or if you guys want to follow along, if Severius, Ahdri, and Olin want to move up, you guys have got free range with your characters. If you want to try to walk them around, you can. Or if you want me to pull you guys up, I can do so.
So, yeah, I look at Lulu, and with my detect thoughts going, I send her a message that says, "Hey, is this you?" And then I motion to the tapestry.
I don't know if it is, but it definitely makes me feel like I may have been that Macedon? I don't know. It's still so confusing, but it's like I'm starting to get memories of Zariel riding me into combat. But I just don't know.
And then I will reply back in my head, "It's okay. We'll get there."
So now that you guys the rest of you are kind of moving up into the room, what would you guys like to do? So Moon has kind of carefully moved between there's these 4 large Memorial Steles that have carvings on them that you haven't really looked at yet, though they do each have the same kind of large etching at the top saying, "Here lie the fallen, may their souls echo here until the end of time."
Yeah, I want to check out the one in front of me here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception or investigation check for me.
You son of a bitch.
Could have been worse.
Oh, so as you look at it, so you're just focusing on the one in front of you. You're not really picking anything up about the other ones. But as you look at it, you realize it's kind of dusty. You can rub at it a little bit, and you recognize that what you're seeing engraved, the small writing that kind of goes from the very top of the stone down all the way to the floor, it's names. Hundreds and hundreds of names on this one Memorial Stele.
I relay that to the group. There's 100 names written on it.
On this one right here.
What is? Can I look at this one here?
Sure. If you guys want to move around and look at them, you certainly can.
Is it front and back, since I'm on the other side of it?
If you want to move up and do a perception, you can. Yep. So Alatar, as you look at the other one, you recognize, just kind of quickly looking to the left, that one has similar etchings on it. You pick out a few names there as well. It looks like these Memorial Steles have just hundreds of names carved into them. Again, all of it under that legend at the top of "Here lie the fallen. May their souls echo here until the end of time."
At this point, it says I got dust in my eye, apparently. I'm just gonna look around the room and try to perceive or investigate to see if there's anything else in here.
Okay. So as you move to the north, using your stealthy tricks and all of your skullduggery as a rogue, you realize that the stone here is actually no. Which one am I looking for here?
It's open. It's closed.
Yeah, for some reason the short key to change it over is not working, so I'm just going to leave it open. There's a door. There's a hidden door that you have found. I wonder why that won't. They used to have it on a. I'll do that. There we go. A little harder, but I used to have it hotkeyed. For some reason, the hotkey wasn't working. Probably the same reason my advantage and disadvantage button.
Well, I would investigate it for traps, and then if not trapped, I would attempt to find a way to open it.
There are no traps. It's just kind of a hidden door on a quiet hinge. The stone folds in, and you can see that there is a room with a glowing blue light. What looks like a desk with some bookcases around the room.
I'm gonna whisper back, "Hey guys, I found a thing," and then let my cat curiosity get the better of me and just kind of go in and see what's on the desk.
All right. So while Moon goes up into the once hidden room, what would the rest of you guys like to do? Who wants to keep looking around this room?
I want to
We'll
keep
start
looking
there.
around.
Okay. What would Ahdri like to search for? Or look for, or investigate, or perceive? Is there anything specific?
I think I'm going to do a detect magic.
Okay.
I want to
Insert-
know more about the soul echoes.
And nothing with passive perception is,
So that's
drawing notice?
the passive perception is why Moon found that hidden door up top, but the rest of it you're not finding anything else. And so as Ahdri casts detect magic, all I need to do is this.
I can't tell where Moon is. Is Moon south of me?
No, he's
Moon
far
walked into
north.
another room.
Yeah, but see, the detect magic can also, if the door is open,
Yep.
I can also kind of hit that area too, you know?
I think you're too far away, though.
Detect magic is 30 feet.
Well, I place it, yeah.
Let me. Yeah, you're 30 feet from the door. So if you wanted to move up, you could do so. Like if you moved up here, that'll give you a good 30-foot radius that would hit most of this room. And then it would hit through his room as well. So if you ping the map, If you ping the map where you want to place the detect, or if you want, you'll notice in the chat it says place measured template. You could basically put that centered wherever you want it, and it'll highlight everything around you. Okay. So everything in that is going to get picked up. Cool. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to remove the template just because it's going to reveal a bunch of different stuff here. So if I do... So as Ahdri casts Detect Magic, the sound of her bardic magic, the musicality of it kind of echoing dully off of the stone walls around you. The torches flicker a little bit and then slowly being revealed to her eyes, she sees that the steels are giving off a very strong magical aura of necromancy. Each of the engraved names that is carved into the stones is glowing with necromancy.
Does everybody see it?
Yeah, I put the swirling things around so you guys would see it. You don't detect any magic north where Moon is. You just kind of see the flickering light in there with him.
All right, sounds good.
What else would you
do
guys
they
like
look
to do?
dangerous?
Yeah, I want to find out, like, are they bad? Are they good? Can I do a...
Malevolent.
If you wanna do an investigation or a perception, or maybe try to use Arcana, I will let you use any of those three if you want to try and see if you can delve further into their mysteries.
I want to dive into their mysteries.
So as you look them over, what you sense, Dig, as you kind of are looking at them now, knowing that these things are powered by necromancy, you're not really seeing anything different about the stones, except that you are now, it's very strong, obviously, to Ahdri's eyes because she cast that detect magic spell and she can see it, but you're now sensing that the names themselves, each of them has like their own unique necromantic engraving. They are
Like
all. It's a, each of them is. It's as
They're
if
like
each
bound to
name
it.
is. Yeah, it's as if each name is a unique spell. And what you notice as you study it longer is that every so often that legend at the top seems to pulse just very briefly. Here lie the fallen, may their souls echo here until the end of time.
We're not sensing anything like evil about it.
There's no sense
necromancy.
There's no sense of good or bad. It's necromantic magic. It's magic of the undead.
Necromancy is just being late to the party. You're trying to save people and you just missed a window. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it technically it's not inherently evil. It's just most people consider it evil.
That's a great vantage point.
He's mostly dead.
I fist bump Olin.
Well, Olin didn't say. Olin hates necromancy.
He accepts.
That shit's evil.
Yeah, Olin thinks, that it's completely wrong. It's an abomination.
I have a dagger, right? I think I have a dagger.
You do.
I want to scratch out one of the names.
Okay. Which of the four steels do you want to try this on?
The one in front of me here.
Okay. Let me have you make a dexterity saving throw for me. Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
You got a backup, right?
Excellent. Okay, so that is
God, I hope you passed.
So as you reach out, God damn it, how the fuck does Alatar have almost 100 hit points? It's ridiculous.
Well,
he has more hit points than I do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the temporary hit points put him at 99. So as Alatar reaches out with the dagger to try to scratch out one of the names, the moment your blade starts to dig into the stone, necromantic energy lashes out from the stone at you, knocking you back toward the hallway behind you. You save on your saving throw and take half damage, which was 22 hit points.
And I yell, fuck, don't touch those.
Oh, what happened there, Alatar? I would have thought your shield buddy would have saved you.
That's not really how that relationship works. I'm in pain right now. Do you mind?
That may have been ill-advised.
Yeah, well, maybe next time speak up before I do it.
Listen to the speech. Don't throw rocks.
Listen to the shield.
Let's do this. It's about we've got about 10 minutes here until it's the top of the hour. Let's take a quick break, quick bio break, grab some more drinks, and then we will come back and continue on through the Crypt of the Hellriders. How does that sound?
I have a small question beforehand.
Yeah. Yes.
Would Lulu, since the speech, would Lulu have gotten those 10 hit points also?
Actually, yeah, I should do that since she should have been here because it's up to 6.
Okay, now break.
Oh, cool.
Great job.
Let's take 10 minutes and then we'll be back.
What does she have? Like 40 hit points total?
47 with the temper.
I was close.
Yeah, if she touched it and had that roll and failed the DC, it probably would have killed her. It was 45 points of necrotic damage.
I saw.
Ooh.
How do you have almost 100 hit points, Daniel? What did you...
It's ridiculous.
Strongest Sorlock ever.
Yeah, he took a feat at some point, I think that...
Oh, is there like a toughness feat in this or something?
I forget which one it was, but he took something that... I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Side note, I like the new icons when you roll a skill check.
Yeah, it's another one of the new mods I'm trying it.
I approve of it. Especially
Yeah.
the cat for the dexterity one.
He took the tough feat, and it increased his maximum hit points by 18.
Nice.
He also has a 16 constitution, so he gets an additional +3 hit points every level. So there's another 27 hit points on top of what he's rolled for the sorcerer and the warlock. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yes.
Are we rolling or are we just taking standard?
No,
I haven't
it takes the standard.
Okay, I was like, I haven't rolled a single one yet.
No, I think in our next campaign, I want to do that. I think it's fun to think that we could, a couple bad rolls, couple great rolls, and see what it averages out to.
We'll have a level 1 sorcerer with twice as much hit points as a level 1 fighter.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab something to drink, use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and unpause this, and let's get back at it. So you guys find yourselves here in the room with the 4 Memorial Steles that are glowing with necromantic energy. Based on what Ahdri has been able to tell you, you saw that Alatar tried to scratch one of them out with his dagger and was jolted by a powerful blast of necromantic energy coming from out of the Memorial Stone. Moon is still just to our north inside that hidden room. What would you guys like to do?
I want to investigate my hidden rune.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll a investigation or perception check for me.
I use my passive instead.
So what you see in front of you is a small, what looks like it had been an office or a study at some point in time. There is an old, ancient wooden desk with a leather top now kind of moldering and beginning to break down in front of you with a strange blue candle burning atop it. Set atop the desk is a series of 8 leather-bound journals. So this looks kind of like a writing table inside this cramped chamber. Kind of spider webs around the edges and a seat behind the writing table on the far side.
And Ahdri had mentioned there was nothing magical about this room, correct?
Yeah, she did not detect. Yeah, she did not detect magic up to that 30 feet, which would cover the desk.
Okay, I want to take a look at one of these journals then. After detecting for traps, because again, I'm paranoid. Oh, you're doing the passive. Never mind.
So as you look at them, there is a even script kind of flowing throughout the pages, all of it the same. As you flip through them, you quickly realize that these are Olanthius's journals. As you read through kind of just briefly on one page, you realize that it's in kind of the very first journal, in the first few pages, what you see is it's him talking about how he could not accept Zariel's capitulation to Asmodeus. He could not believe that she gave in as easily as she did, and her subsequent transformation into a devil, into being placed above them all as an Archduke of Avernus. He cannot believe that she did that. And there is a lot of self-blame in his writing, saying things like he could not believe that he didn't see the warning signs of her fall from grace, that it would be so easy for her to turn her back on her faith and on her angelic bloodlines. He can't believe that she was so single-minded in her determination to slay the demons at all costs that she would sell her very soul to do so.
I will call back saying, hey, I found this guy. We're looking for his journals. There might be some useful information in these. If we want to take a look, I'm going to keep looking.
Okay. What would the rest of you like to do? So Moon's up there reading through some journals.
I'd like to read the journals too.
Olin's going to ask Alatar, do you need some healing?
I don't feel great, but I'm not in a world of hurt yet.
Because I don't know what we're going to face.
If you got some healing to spare, I am in the accepting mood.
All right.
I'd be happy to help you.
We'll get a little touch of Lulu.
All right. Dig it.
That hits me right in my feels. Thank you, Lulu.
She kind of shakes her head a little bit, and this is not a spell that you guys have seen from her before.
You feeling okay? Lulu, you all right?
I feel really good. It seems I have some additional strength, some powers I didn't know that I had. Whatever Uni did when she tried to unlock my memories is apparently working.
I appreciate them.
All right. So, Severius, you said you wanted to check out some of the books as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
if they're about the guy we're looking for.
Yep. So as you go in, you find that there is another journal. As you kind of go through the first couple of pages, it begins to reveal another story of Olanthius. This one details how, in his anger over the fall of Zariel, in his anger over how so many of his men fell to the demons in their legendary hell ride into the blood war, that he decided to take his own life. and he committed suicide rather than face damnation and become a devil serving Zariel. But in that act, his god turned away from him, and he found himself transformed into an undead monster, kind of floating in the abyss. This transformation brought him back, and when he found himself looking up, it was Zariel that had brought him back to force him to serve her forever.
Interesting.
Dick move. I was going to grab another one as well. Continue reading.
In the third one that you find is another story. This one it starts off kind of joking, a little bit talking about the camaraderie of the leaders before their fall. Olanthius specifically mentions Yael and Haruman. He talks about how he and Yael were boon companions, often standing side by side in battle. And he wonders, and he feels guilty that he wasn't with Yael when she fell at the end, trying to save the Sword of Zariel and remove it from Avernus. He feels guilt in that he wasn't there. Another part of the text talks about how he now feels disgust for his former friend Haruman, who has been, it was his one-time comrade in arms who is now transformed into this completely heartless devil, bereft of any compassion, bent on punishing anyone who stands in Zariel's way. And he describes how Haruman rides his nightmare through the skies of Avernus, looking for people to punish. Let me have you go ahead and roll an insight.
That's 2.
Yeah, you don't get anything else out of that reading.
You know what? I'm going to try again, though, with one of my lucks, because I haven't used one yet.
Okay.
Well, it's not a 1.
Okay. So with that insight, you remember, so the passage that writes how Haruman rides through the night sky on his nightmare reminds you of Haruman's Hill. You've heard that name before. That was where you had met the vampire on the iron trees being tortured. And you can also remember, this is going way back, guys. Remember that fight we had going across that long bridge in Elturel? And Lulu was telling you to run?
Yep.
Yeah, because Death Knight was coming down towards us.
So that was Haruman riding on his nightmare. So you realize that there is a connection between Olanthius and Zariel and Yael and Haruman, that they were all leaders of the Hellriders.
I want to ask Lulu if she recognizes any of these names as well.
So she's going to come kind of fluttering over with her wings flapping.
I do know. I knew all of them. They were all some of Zariel's most loyal companions and leaders of her forces. When she was our general, Olanthius, Yael, Haruman, they were the leaders of all of the individual troops. They carried forth her will on the field of battle. It saddens me, but the fact that Yael died, she somehow had the best end. Haruman has been turned into some kind of a devil. Olanthius is a death knight. And Zariel is the worst of them all.
Remind me, what was Yael's end besides just death?
So Yael was Yael and Lulu were the two that Zariel tasked with trying to get the sword out of Avernus before she fell. And as they ran, they were chased by demons, and Yael had to turn back to fight them because they were getting too close. As she fell, she called forth her druidic powers and rose. The Bleeding Citadel rose up from where her corpse dropped, encasing the Sword of Zariel inside of it, trying to keep it hidden from demons and devils alike. And then Lulu somehow made her escape.
Oh, okay. I want to dive back into these journals, and I want to look for any other mentions or stories about Yael, since they said they were friends. Maybe there's a clue.
Okay. While they are looking through the journals, what would the rest of you guys like? We still got Ahdri and Alatar and Olin down here next to those necrotic memory steles. Excuse me.
I'm not touching them.
You don't want to. I dare you to lick it.
Lesson learned.
Give it another taste.
Yeah. What would you guys like to do?
There's more journals. I yell.
Oh, I love reading. Is there room in there? Looks like a tight space. Toss one out to me.
I pass one down back the line.
I'll take one too, please.
All right. So as Ahdri and Alatar dig into some more of the journals, Alatar, you, the one that you're reading through, is like a lengthy series of mourn-filled remembrances, of the fallen warriors that used to serve Olanthius. It's him talking about the memories he had of leading his men and women into battle, and how guilty he feels about having lost them, how they fell under him, and that they were not successful in their ride into the Blood War. You get the sense from the journal that it's similar to the. It is a remembrance or a memorial inside this journal, but it does not have the kind of necromantic energy or spell or hold that the memory stones behind. Ahdri, as you flip into yours, in here, it's Olanthius speaking about General Yael, about how strong their relationship was, how much he respected her ability to lead, how much he wished he could be more like her. She was naturally charismatic, and the men that followed her seemed to do so effortlessly. He clearly respected and secretly adored her. As you kind of read toward the end of it, there is a hint that he believes he knows where Yael fell and hid the Sword of Zariel, but it does not note the location it is.
Oh, she found my clue.
What else would you guys like to do?
I mean, I'm still reading until I run out of journals also. I don't know how many more there are left.
That's most of the clues and notes that I have for you guys.
Cappy, last journal. Don't bother.
There are 3,000 journals.
Today I played some Minecraft. I share what I learned from the journal with everyone else. Did you say we read all of them now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and take a look at the pillars, and you said there's names on them?
Correct. So there are hundreds upon hundreds of names carved into each of these 4 pillars.
Olin was going to take a look at that too. Are the names the same on each of the pillars, or are they different names on, left to right?
So as you, I mean, there are literally there's a lot of names carved in the front and back of both of all of these. As you do kind of just a cursory examination, though, you're not seeing any of the names repeated on any of the other stones. It's as if each of them is unique.
Okay.
Oh, these are the names of the Hellriders that fell? Is that our conclusion, or we don't know where the names, what they mean?
You can roll an insight if you like, or you guys can discuss it. You know, what do you each think?
What does everybody think the names mean? We're at the tomb of the Hellriders, right? That's what this place is. So I assume this is the names of all the Hellriders. Where's my insight? Okay.
So with that, you're able to cross-reference some of the notes that you found in the journals. Specifically the one where he's kind of going through remembering some of the people, some of the soldiers that fought for him, and you're able to find a handful of those names carved into these stones.
So these are the names of the soldiers he fought with. Why are they surrounded by necromantic magic?
And the statement was that they... Well,
I say, why is this surrounded by necromancy?
And what's carved on them says that they will echo till the end of time.
So carved atop each of the 4 columns is the legend etched, "Here lie the fallen, may their souls echo here until the end of time."
I would guess it's just to like prevent or discourage desecration. As evidence, if you desecrate it, it hurts you.
So does anything happen if you speak one of the names aloud, you know, while looking at one of the stones?
So you read one of the names aloud and nothing changes. It just still continues to kind of glow faintly with that necromantic magic you're now to recognize.
Okay.
I ask Alatar to touch again.
Alatar, he declines. Gives you the universal sign for get fucked.
Let's see what happens.
I already had my turn. You take your ride on the.
Hey, you got more. You have more hit points than I do, son.
That's what happens when you focus your energy, my friend.
Okay, I think I did an insight. I'll do an investigation too, but it's not my forte. Just see if I can pick anything else up from the pillars here.
You get the sense that there is certainly some kind of magical enchantment that is causing these to radiate with necromancy on these stones. But you're not really picking up anything else from the room.
All right.
I'm gonna poke my head in from the hallway, be like, "Hey, you want to keep going?"
I'm going to ask, the group, I guess, before we all exit. Should I try dispelling? I have a spell. I can dispel magic. Should I try to get rid of the necromantic energy on one of these stones?
I personally,
wait.
I will just
Let's-
not touch it.
Let's
At
wait.
all.
And let's keep investigating. I don't know what effect that would have. I say it could have a positive or a negative effect. We don't really know. What if they are bound inside these pillars, and by doing that you release all of them in our midst?
Yeah, I say we leave it alone for now. Keep looking.
Or what if they're imprisoned by the necromantic energy and they would be grateful if we freed them?
That is a possibility as well.
I feel
From
like
the journals, he seemed to think his he was very worried about his men.
I feel
Well,
like
if
everything in this place has been done for in like honor of them. Though it wouldn't make sense to trap them here, would it?
I don't know how honoring them with necromantic energy is honoring them.
I was more thinking about the bowed armors outside and how there's the remembrances of everything here, and I don't know.
We are in Avernus, Olin.
well, also,
That's
if I didn't do the detect magic, would we have even ever seen it?
I mean, if Alatar crossed one off one way or another eventually, but no.
All right, let's move on.
Would you like another stealth roll from me, or am I still good?
Let's have you roll again. Got it. So as you look down the hallway ahead of you, you can see that it kind of comes to a turn a bit further down, and you can see that there are some alcoves on each side here of the that torch burning in the middle. As you move closer, what you see here, these recesses in the wall hold iron burial caskets. Each looks like the armor or engraved armor of a former knight. As you look at them, you notice that each of the caskets, and there are 3 of them, each has a single, beautiful, immaculate, healthy red rose resting on its lid.
That's weird. I relay it back. That I'm guessing the other 2 crevices I see are the same thing. You said, or not?
Yep. So you've got one crevice, another crevice, and another crevice, and they've all got those iron burial caskets shaped to look like an armored.
I relay it back, and I learned my lesson last crypt about touching things, so I'm gonna keep going.
You can see that the tunnel opens up into a room ahead of you.
Okay, I'm.
I do a
Go for it.
investigation check.
Sure.
On
What are
the,
you trying to investigate?
Just trying to see if anything stands out about the tombs and the rows.
We're crushing this.
You don't notice anything other than it is odd that, here in the middle of Avernus, in this mist-filled crypt underground, that there are still torches lit and fresh red roses sitting on these caskets.
I shrug and move on.
Friendly reminder,
Sure.
I still have my detect thoughts going, by the way.
What was in the room I'm in right now? Is there anything in here?
So burial urns and two tombs.
Okay.
Like big
2
stone
tombs.
coffins.
Mm-hmm. Can I look inside the tombs?
If you would like to, it's going to be a strength check.
All right. Ability check.
Please. Huh? So as you begin to kind of try to pry the stone up and away from the stone base, rising up out of the stone in front of you. And then in the one next to you, and then from one of the burial urns here behind, you see 3 mist-like figures rising up, passing transparently through the stone, and then floating in front of you.
I would have no idea this is happening, would I?
Who disturbs our graves?
Oh, well done. I say, it is I, Severius. I have come upon your tomb. Who are you, spirit?
We are the fallen. Those who rode into hell and never return. Who are you to disturb our rest?
I don't mean to disturb you, spirit. I am looking for a knight. Your former commander, Olanthius.
So while Severius is beginning to have this conversation, Olin, you're still in the room. So you saw the one kind of pop up here, and you should be able to see, you can see all 3 of them in the room here with you. If you want to join in on that conversation, you certainly can.
Do we hear this down in the hallway at all?
You're almost 30 feet away from it. It depends on how loud Severius is being. The ghosts are fairly quiet.
I am pretty loud.
I would say,
Passive perception of 20.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. See, the problem is that you've got Alatar and Ahdri moving behind you, making noise as they're coming down the hallway towards you.
That's fine.
I'm just trying to, and it's. Yeah, you're 45 feet away from Severius. Let me have Ahdri roll a perception check for me. Actually, you know what? Your passive is 16. You'd hear it. You can hear Olin and Severius moving in the background, and you hear Severius beginning to talk to something. At the very range of your hearing, you can hear the whispered, ghostly words of something speaking with Severius. So Ahdri does get a glimpse of it. She can hear.
Okay, well, unless I know this, I would, again, continue to detect thoughts. If I don't detect any, I would continue forward.
Are the spirits aggressive at all?
They have not been yet.
I want to casually bring my weapons out in my hands nonchalantly. But I'd like to. Can I ask you some questions, Spirit?
You disturb our rest for questions.
I ask, how did you come to be here? Why have you not moved on?
We cannot move on. We are trapped here, kept here. We fought and died alongside Zariel. She waged her foolish war. And when we fell, she would not let us leave.
I'd like to give a whistle, alerting our teammates.
Oh, that's the one thing that sets them off, dude. They're anti-whistle. You roll for combat. No.
I really hope you're serious.
No. He was whistling at them like they're sexy, like.
Sweet ectoplasm.
Love how it drips on the floor and pools.
So, Alatar and Moon, you definitely hear the whistle. And Ahdri's already picked up on them. So if you guys want to move back north, you can. So as you come within range of them now, Moon, you are picking up through your helm of telepathy just very light thoughts from the ghosts. You get this one first. With that detect thought spell, it's just really kind of skimming the highest level of their thoughts.
I just know there's things there.
Yep. What you're getting is the sense of you just keep hearing them repeat the word trapped, never free. And just kind of this sense of longing, this deep, deep longing to be able to go home. As each of you kind of are moving up into the room and kind of being able to see the ghosts, there are these flickering apparitions. Kind of look like that. That should have popped up an image for you guys.
Yeah.
Just these spectral warriors, kind of this weird glowing, misty light, transparent forms, and the armor that they seem to be wearing in death mimics the armor that you saw outside on the kneeling fallen Hellriders. So they, every now and then parts of their armor seem to kind of come in clearer and then fade back out. And you get the sense, what you're seeing is that it's very similar, if not the exact same type of armor that the Hellriders from Elturel outside were wearing.
Olin, give them a blessing. Bless them.
Well, Olin asks, do you know how you are trapped here? Do you know what it is that is trapping you in this place?
Ask him about the pillars.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
We were trapped here. Zariel. She raised our commander and bound us here the same way she bound him. Forever.
And they seem to get very agitated. You can sense there's emanations of anger coming off of all three of them. Not directed at you, but at their situation.
If you can tell us how to help you, we would like to try to help.
We are trapped within these walls, doomed to forever walk them. This maze we cannot find our way out of. There must be something that can release, but we have never found it.
I say, Olin, would a necromantic spell protect something from, say, the undead or a ghost?
Olin would have a guess, but I'm mistrustful of necromantic energy, and I feel like the spell that is cast on those stones may have something to do with this.
So as you're having that conversation back and forth with Severius, when you mention the stones, the ghost just beside you, the one just to the right, kind of hovers forward, and it's almost like he becomes concentrated for a second. He becomes much, much clearer.
Stones. Cannot touch the stones. Stones.
Wow, man, you've got a freaky theremin kind of voice.
he completely fades out. That ghost disappears, kind of fading back into his burial urn beside him.
Okay. Well, there was our warning of don't touch the stones.
I say, he seems pretty frightened of them, doesn't he? I asked the one in front of me. We found some pillars with a list of names, and we assumed it was the soldiers that died in your battle. But they're protected by a spell of necromancy. Do you know anything about that?
Stones. Trapped by stones. Trapped. My name's taken. Taken in stone.
I think that may be our answer.
I'm going to try to dispel the necromantic energy on one of the stones.
Do you guys want to?
We'll try to free you.
Do you guys want to try to move back down to that room, or you can let Olin go on his own?
I'll go with him.
Also travel with him.
Maybe
he's on his own.
Maybe stay out of the room. Stay back in the hallway.
Okay.
Deal.
Sure.
Lulu, if I don't know if she's technically still in here or not, but she should probably not be in here.
Good luck.
Okay.
So what spell are you going to cast?
Well, I have Dispel Magic. Choose one creature.
Do you have 4 of them?
How do I get it to go into the chat again?
I think if you just click the die, it should pop it up. Hang on a second here. What level spell is that? Is that a second or a third?
It's a third level.
Third.
All right. Yeah, choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends. I could try to cast it at a higher level. When
You could cast it up to what, level 4? Level
says-
5. Level 5.
So yeah, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, you automatically end the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal to or less than the level of the spell slot you used. I don't know if it's worth me using a 4th level slot.
I would say try 3 first. Just unless you can identify the spell that this is on, maybe. Can you do that?
I don't think I have any way to identify the spell itself.
I didn't know if like an Arcana check would do that or anything for anybody that can see it. I don't know how it works.
So you can certainly try. If you want to try and see if you can.
Because detect magic just tells you what school of magic it's from.
At this point, it's with the investigations that you guys have done, the perceptions that you had done, that kind of thing. You recognize that there is necromancy applied to these stones, some kind of an enchantment, but you don't really know what the spell was, or if you wanted to roll an insight. Maybe I could give you a little more information, but maybe not too much. Well, that's a good one. So between the information in Olanthius' journals indicating that he was raised by Zariel and turned into a Death Knight, and the conversations that you have now had with the ghosts about how they have been trapped here, these magics were placed here by the Archduke of Avernus. These are Zariel's spells.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. Maybe there's something further on in the crypt that we could do to help know more about them.
I'm willing to look elsewhere, because knowing, getting that sense now, I don't know if a 3rd or even 4th or 5th level dispel magic is going to do anything on this.
I mean, technically, you could always roll high enough to dispel a 9th level spell theoretically,
Well,
but that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Where'd those spirits come from anyway?
The ones that they were talking to?
Yeah, Moon doesn't know.
This tomb.
They rose up out of the urns and the tombs.
Yeah, Moon didn't see any of that though, so he doesn't know what triggered it or. Yeah.
I say I was trying to look inside, and they popped out like a party favor.
Oh, I guess I was wrong about not touching things. I can see the spirits, right?
Yep, there's one right here, and one right here. The third one disappeared. When asked about the stones, he threw a bit of a hissy fit and disappeared.
Yeah. Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but do you know anything about the stones on how they're powered? Or enchanted? Kept? I don't know how this works.
Trapped with our names. Names written. Can't touch stone.
And you see they're kind of just their transparency kind of flickers in and out as they are passing back and forth between this world and the ethereal world. And what you see before you are armored knights. Your insight would tell you that they probably don't know the workings of magic.
Yeah, me neither, but it was worth a shot. All right, do we want to keep maybe further on and see what we can find?
That's fine. Maybe we'll find something that will seem like, it will work.
I want to ask the spirit, what can you tell me about your commander? Is there anything you could share with me?
greatest of Zariel's generals. We follow him still. He chose to kill himself rather than embrace tyranny. And Zariel raised him. Raised him.
How did he feel about that? How did he respond?
He didn't like it. He didn't like it.
Oh, sir, I don't like it.
No, don't like it at all. Yeah, you can tell from the insights in his journal that you read and shared with each other. Olanthius tried to kill himself to free himself from the downfall of his friends and fellow soldiers. So to have himself, raised back, it's part of the reason why he feels all that guilt. How did he not see that Zariel would give up so easily, that she would turn and choose her determination to fight demons over her own men? How could she be this angelic presence that fell so low to become an Archduke of Avernus? To have been raised by her and denied his own death has filled him with rage.
I ask him one more question. Is he here now? Is he within the tomb? And if not, is there a way to summon him?
He is outside the walls, but he returns. Always must return. Cannot leave long.
Well, that's ominous. I share that information with everyone else.
No, guess we should keep going in hopes that we have enough time before he gets back then.
Guess we should keep looking. I do ask one more thing. I was like, do you know anything about what binds you here? Is there any direction you could point us that would help maybe free you and your compatriots?
They're going to repeat the kind of same things they said before, that it's trapped by their names, trapped in the stone, can't touch the stone. They don't really have they can't provide a clear explanation as to how they're being held here. They just seem locked into this idea of trapped by their names, trapped by the stone.
I mean, maybe Alatar was onto something with scratching off the name. Just did it while the spell was still active.
So when Alatar asks them about, outside, they don't really answer. They just kind of, you just hear that echoing sound of, trapped in here, never free, not able to leave, can't go home.
All right.
Let's see if we can find anything that might help.
That's it for me. I will start searching, I guess.
Was it a dead end south to us?
Nope. It keeps
Okay.
going.
But I heard the ghost say that there's a maze. It's a maze.
Maybe it is. We haven't unveiled much of this actually yet.
It's amazing.
It's like, all right. So as you get to this point and kind of look into the room here a little bit, Moon, you see in front of you is a room with kind of a large stone bench in the middle of it. There are reliefs along the walls, around the outer edges, of mounted knights charging through a portal into a fiery hellscape. It's like over here against this wall, you can see reliefs and tapestries depicting this kind of charge of knights through a flaming fiery portal. In this far corner here, you can see that there is a massive, like 15-foot tall iron urn with candles lit up around it. As you get to this point, your helm of telepathy begins picking up multiple pings, and the light thoughts that you are kind of just scratching the surface of are all cold. So cold.
Do I know where it's coming from?
It's coming from the direction. It's coming from the direction of that urn.
Okay, and does it say do I know how many pings I'm getting?
If you want to try and do a perception to see kind of like if you can focus, you're picking up. You know that it's more than 3, but after that, it's kind of jumbled.
I'm gonna relay that back. There's at least 3 creatures on the southwest of this room by a giant. You said urn?
Yeah, a giant iron funeral urn.
I can't tell if it's only 3 or if there's more, but I get at least that many.
Oh, so these are creatures that are alive?
Well, they have thought anyway. So there's some sort of intelligence there, but then again, I also got thoughts from those spirits back in the other room. So...
Alatar shrugs back.
I'm gonna try to sneak into the northern side of the room. If you want another stealth check.
You can use your previous one.
Oh, I didn't know since we had that whole conversation and everything. Okay, we'll keep going. As I get a little closer, do I get anything more or same things?
Same kind of thing. Just a jumble of thoughts of being cold, so cold.
I'm just gonna look back and shrug and point my rapier south.
Is that just another urn?
Yeah, so this but it's massive. So this one is, it's 10 feet, 20, 10 to 15 feet around. It stands 15 to 20 feet tall. It's a massive iron funeral.
What's the relief on the wall now that I'm closer?
So the relief that you're looking at, it's a picture of mounted knights, all wearing the tabards and carrying the flags of Elturel as they are charging from a green field into a portal that leads into a fiery hellscape for them.
So the charge into hell, basically.
The charge of the Hellriders. Okay, so as Olin gets that close, all of a sudden the top of the urn kind of falls forward and the urn falls, and coming up out of the base of it, pushing forward, is a group of shambling, rotting, cloth-wrapped beasts. Let me ask you this. It's 10 o'clock, which is 11 o'clock on our east coast. Do we want to do a combat, or do we want to hold and start up here the next time?
Oh, battle.
Oh.
I'm good.
I just know it's late for some folks.
Fucking do it.
I'm in.
Cool. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
I'm used to the music.
Oh, it's
cueing the action.
Yeah, it's gonna. I just got to get it going here. While you guys are rolling.
I didn't do the link setup with the tunes.
Oh, gotcha. That's all right, because we're about to go into Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I had that set too loud.
Oh yeah, baby.
Best initiative ever.
And still a 19.
That's great for you.
That's, yep.
Hey guys, there's more than 3.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
I said at least. To be fair, at least.
What is this clown car shit? Like all them fit coming out of this urn.
Fuck this campaign.
Exactly.
This campaign.
This is some serious bullshit.
Okay, everybody has rolled. We are good. Here we go. So, Moon, you are up first. So you can just see these things kind of, so you're going to go right on. There we go.
I am, and then I'm gonna stab the one in front of me.
These are the type of things that you see come crawling up out of that urn. So as Moon comes loping with his long strides across the room, he curls around Olin, bringing forth his powerful magic weapon, his Rapier of Lathander, putting it to good effect against the mummy that is rising up in front of him, its jaws clacking and its hands extending out, trying to reach toward him. Anything else you'd like to do on this turn, sir?
Yes, I'm gonna look at Olin and say, "You got this," and run away. Disengage.
You're using it as your bonus action, right? The cunning.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yep. I stabbed it in the face. I'm good. My job's done.
Get away from it. Gotcha. That's going to bring us to Ahdri with our second highest initiative. You guys rolled well. 2 of you over 20. Nice job.
One moment, please. I think I'm gonna do some daggers in the sky.
Always an excellent choice.
Daggers in the sky with diamonds.
And it should give you the option to click on that place measured template if you want to put it where it can hit multiples, or I can place it for you.
I can't really see the thing.
So I would suggest placing it like right here on that corner one if you can see it. It's just out of your sight, but that'll let you kind of get, it's right at the very corner of your vision from what I can see. Let me do this. There. I'm gonna do that for you. That way it actually it put it on the corner. That way it actually centers and hits all of those guys. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to undo that damage on this one mummy because it's actually on their turns. But you rolled really well with a 12. If you want to re-roll on their turns to do damage, you can. If you want to apply the 12, you can. But that'll be your concentration, holding it there. Do you have a bonus action or movement you'd like to take?
No, I'm good for right now.
Okay. That brings us to Severius.
All right, I'd like to cast Protection from Good and Evil on myself. Then I'll move up. And I believe that's an action, so...
Yep.
Should I go there? I'll go right here.
Okay.
And I think that'll be my turn.
Okay, so that brings us to the first mummy. Do you want to apply that 12 damage, Ahdri, or do you want to roll again?
No, I'll keep the 12.
Alrighty, let me do
Good call.
that. It is going to lumber forward. And let me see if I can make this thing... Trying to see if I can get it to do disadvantage. How do I... Let me see if this... Uh-oh.
I got a request for a saving throw.
Yeah, it's... You can go ahead and roll it. You're gonna... Either way, it's not gonna get frightened because you've got protection against good and evil, which I think keeps you from being frightened. Yeah, you can't be frightened or charmed, so you're good with that. Then it's going to do its second attack. I wish I could work. Oof. So let's see here. What does he get? No, that's not right. That's the wrong. That's what. Infusion spell for 1 round on this guy.
A mummy panic attack.
Yep, the mummy's having an anxiety attack. I can't believe it.
I just heard someone snarf.
So it's got to roll a d10 for a 2. So the creature does not move or take actions on its turn. So this one is basically out of action the next time it comes around because it is confused. Which I don't have a confusion thing to put on it. We'll just remember this one in the order. That is its turn. This one is stuck behind its friends and is going to wait. 12 damage, or do you want to roll again? There's another mummy here moving through the cloud of daggers. Oh, it actually already removed the 12. I'm just noticing. That was the other one. So that one's already had the 12. It's going to move forward. Trying to move towards Moon, but running into Olin first.
This is my master plan.
You should get a saving throw request there, Olin. Yep. Oh.
I'm sorry for my master plan.
So Olin is going to become frightened.
I love the fact that he technically still beat it.
Yeah. And so actually, you know what? We don't do auto fails on saving throws. We only do that with combat attacks. So that technically would still pass it even with the 1. So you are not frightened, good sir. But then it is going to do
pretty high wisdom on Olin.
What the heck is it saying? That's weird. Hang on 1 second. It's telling me that you're too far away, but you're only 5 feet. Saying you're 10 feet away?
So the guy trying to do it is directly the one directly south of me?
Yeah. I can't tell if it's just an error or if it's
Maybe the mummy's too dumb.
Oh, I think I know
That's
why.
someone's mummy.
That is something different than I've had in the past. I got it. Ooh, I rolled really well. Unfortunately, I'm gonna miss. That is its turn.
Do I get since I have Sentinel, do I get an opportunity attack?
Let me look at your Sentinel here real quick. You can use your reaction. You've already used your reaction this turn, though, with that saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did Severius make a saving throw?
No, he did, but you know what? You didn't have to make it because you already were immune from fighting. So you technically could use your reaction in this round if you want to use your Sentinel.
I'd like to, if I can.
All right, so you get to make an attack against him.
All right.
This guy right here.
Skull Flail Merkel. And it doesn't want to give me some error code, but it was too high. I couldn't read it. What does that say? I can't read it because it's over the
Combat carousel?
all the combat carousel, yeah. Let me try from my inventory.
That's going to be a hit. So as your mace strikes out, slamming into the mummy. Let me do that. So he is actually immune to necrotic damage, so I'm going to add that 6 hit points back. No, it already did it in the thing. I can see that did not count it. We're good. It only subtracted 10, not 16. So as you slam out your skull mace of Merkel slamming into the mummy, you can see that the green mist of the necrotic energy that emanates from the skull head of that mace does not seem to affect the mummy as you are hitting it.
All right. Can I use with that hit? Can I use whatchamacallit? Smite?
So that is a bonus action on your turns only. It's not part of Sentinel or an opportunity attack.
Okay.
So your bonus actions are only on your actual turns.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that still have this original guy here. Who got stabby stabbed. He also needs to take that 12 damage from the Cloud of Daggers, but he is going to try to attack Olin. Who is going to succeed, and then he's going to try to I'm just going to do this for 1 second. he's actually gonna move through the spaces, taking he can go 20, so that'd be exactly 20 feet to get to there. Using difficult terrain trying to pass through. And he's gonna take a swipe at Moon.
I made him mad.
Yeah, you did. So that is gonna be a hit. Okay, so it halved the damage.
Means I lost some of my temp points.
Yep. Took off the temp. You made the saving throw as well, so you're good. Okay. That's going to bring us to Olin.
Seems like a good scenario for a tried and true.
I was waiting for this one.
And I'm going to make sure that all my buddies, all my friendlies are not affected by it.
Yeah, well, I did not test Spirit Guardians after re-importing everything and making some changes with the back end. So let's see if this works or if it breaks.
Well, and there are 2 of them listed here on my spell sheet. It looks like they're both, the only difference I can see is the range. One is listed as self, the other is 15 feet. So I would presume I would cast the 15 feet one. I don't know.
Just looking here. Oh, interesting. Let's try one of them. I don't know. It looks they probably set up 2 different effects. One that looks at will do it like on you. One that'll do it on up to 15 feet away. I'm not sure. Let's pick one. Let's cast it. See what it does.
All right. Well, I'll just roll the one that says the range is self because it is supposed to be centered on me.
Let's try that.
All right. Consume spell slot. Yes. 3rd level. And error. Sequence persistent effect. Use the sequencer effect. Now it's gone.
Yep. All right. So I do see the Spirit Guardians, and they
So
are
colorful.
I don't see
15
it.
feet. That made this so it did pop up. So it would. Let's see here. They would be targeted. And Spirit Guardians is on their turn, correct? It's when they move into it or start their turn. It's kind of like the Cloud of Daggers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, how do I put the spell text into the? Oh, it's already there.
Yep. Speed is had when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn. It starts there. That's when it makes its wisdom saving throw. Or it takes 3d8 or radiant.
It says when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Yeah. So for example, like there is a creature outside the edge. So when he first enters in, that's when he'd be affected by it. Or like this guy right here on his next turn, he gets hit by it.
Yep. That'll be it. Okay.
Yep. And you can either roll for all of them, or we can roll individually the 3d8. And are you casting this? Are you casting it at a higher level, or you're casting it at the base level?
That's just the base level.
Okay.
Basic.
All right. All right. Anything else that Olin wants to do on this turn?
No, that's an action, right? So I think that's it.
Going to bring us here. It can't get past its buddies, so it's just going to wait. It can't get past its buddies, so it's going to wait, which brings us to Alatar.
Oh boy. All right. I think we're gonna, we were talking about it earlier. We're gonna do the twinned spell.
Okay. It's happening. He's doing it.
He's really gonna do it.
How do I
sorcerer.
cast it? One special?
So what you would do is, if you're going to use the twin spell, so it's you spend sorcery points equal to the spell. So what spell do you want to cast?
I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
So this is the one spell that you can't use it on because you've already got a double on this spell.
It says I can.
Now, so I specifically went and looked this up.
No, it says I can.
It really can't. So it can be used.
The customer is always right.
It can be used on cantrips, but because you've already got the double on Eldritch Blast, it doesn't let you shoot off 4 of them.
That's
Boo.
I tried seeing if I could figure that out with the Celesta game, and it doesn't work.
all right. We'll try. Then we'll do it on Chaos Bolt.
Okay, so that's going to cost you 1 sorcery point. So I'll go ahead and I'll modify that. So you've got 3 of them left. So now pick your first target.
That guy.
Okay. Go ahead and cast Chaos Bolt and let it consume the spell slot.
Go on. Do it.
That is going to be a hit. And it's going to hit for 17. Now you can roll, I think there's that little table there. It says open roll table, Chaos Bolt, damage type. If you click on that, it should roll and let us know what type of damage it just did. Or roll a D8.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so it did fire damage against the mummy. I'm going to need to adjust that in 1 second. Now select your other target and roll again, but this time do not expend the spell slot
Okay.
because the twinning spell counts for it. That is also hit. And then go ahead and roll for the damage on that guy as well.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
So that one is going to be cold. Okay, so let me just do this here real quick. Come here. There we go. Okay. So you did on the second one, it's 14 cold. On the first one, you had done 17, correct? And it was fire. This was the first one that you shot at?
Yes.
So as you, as the first one had gone, the second one already leaving your hands, the first flaming chaos bolt strikes the mummy, engulfing its tattered robes and wrappings in flame, and you see it goes up like a bonfire, dropping into a burning heap in front of, or in between Moon, Olin, and Severius. The second one takes the cold damage. And kind of is knocked back on its feet a bit, but is still looking to move forward and try and get its hands on one of your comrades. Anything else that Alatar would like to do on this round?
No.
Right. Okay, so first thing, I've got the -12 for this one because of Cloak of Daggers, or Cloud of Daggers, excuse me. And then, Olin, you get to roll your 3d8 Radiant. That is minus 11. Okay. It is going to be able to just... That's 5. It's just going to be able to get to there. And it's going to take a swing here at Severius and miss wholeheartedly. And he's going to do his Dreadful Glare, though it will not work because you are immune to being frightened. That's going to bring me to his buddy. Let me have you roll the 3d8. This one is within your range as well, Olin. All right, that's 15. It comes rolling up out of the urn right into the Cloud of Daggers. Let's go ahead and do its minus 12. And it's going to move to there, which is going to be its whole turn. Which brings us back to Moon, top of the order.
All right, well, since the one in front of me is dead,
Nice.
That'll do.
He's a good kitty.
Yeah, that's dead. That is absolutely dead. So as Moon steps around and comes up kind of behind Severius and attacks this mummy, what does it look like? Describe it for us.
well, he was on, I'm guessing, a table or something there in the middle. So he's gonna jump off of that, bounce off that square there next to him, and kind of like parkour off the wall and just end up in stabbing this guy right in the throat.
All right. With that, the undead creature falls dead, finally dead, at your feet. Anything else Moon would like to do on this turn?
Yes. My job's done.
That brings us back to Ahdri. So you're maintaining concentration on that cloud of daggers, which is chewing into a bunch of the mummies. Is there anything else you can do on this turn? You still have actions and bonus actions and all kinds of fun stuff.
One moment. Try and shoot one of them. Oh, that's right. I'm out of bolts.
Mm-hmm. We have not yet gotten to a store to buy you some new bolts yet.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Hold on. How far can I move?
You've got up to 25 feet. 5 squares. You can go all the way down to the corner. You could get to right behind Olin.
Can I stand on the dead thing?
If you'd like to. I'll allow it. Climb atop the mummy. I like it. What's she gonna attack with? That's what I want to know.
Here it comes.
The beans.
That's a hit. So you move forward. You're able to slide your rapier directly through its torso, tearing some of its wrappings. You see like dust and chunks of desiccated flesh kind of falling from the ragged opening as you pull your blade back out. Anything else you have to do on this turn? I'm gonna do this just so I can see you. I'm gonna remove that body. I'm gonna remove this one too. There's corpses there though. Any
Yeah, I
bonus?
think I'm good.
Okay.
I don't think I have any bonus actions.
So you have your bardic inspiration and you have healing word.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. That's gonna bring us back to Severius.
All right. I will attack this guy here. My skull flail Merkle. My hotkey is not working. Okay, let's try. I will take it.
Yeah, you guys like rolled all those ones to start, and here come all the 20s.
There's balance.
Very nice. So that's your first attack.
And I think if I use I'm gonna use a smite, a divine smite, and I think it hits. If I get a crit, it hits for a crit, doesn't it?
Which your searing
Divine.
smite? Divine?
Divine smite.
Why am I not seeing your divine smite?
I'm not sure his crit worked either, honestly. I don't think it doubled anything.
It did. It doubled the base damage. You got 12 from the weapon and then 6 on the magic from the necrotic.
Oh, the necrotic doesn't double?
No.
Oh, okay.
The way it's set up is it maximizes and doubles your base damage.
Got it.
Where is divine? Where is your divine?
It's at the bottom of first level.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yep, it should automatically hit. You just expend the spell slot, and it's 2d8 for first, or more than that if you want to cast it above that level.
Do 2d8.
Well, let me scroll here. Cool. So that's your first hit in the Divine Smite, both of which land on the mummy. It is bloodied. I don't know if you can actually bloody a mummy, but in our parlance, it is bloodied.
It's dusted. And I will take another swing.
Also a hit.
Dusted.
Near death.
I mean,
And
near undeath.
near second death.
Near re-death?
And I will use another divine smite.
And it is now officially dead. It's not mostly dead.
Look who knows so much.
So what does it look like as you step forward, crit on this guy, slamming him hard with your skull mace, following it up with another slam and 2 divine smites? What does it look like? How do you end this creature?
I bring down my second hit and hit it full square in the forehead, and then my divine smite strikes down, lancing through the body, and it blows apart in a shattering effect of dust and dried bits and bone.
Very nice. I'm going to just clear it off the board so it's out of our way. We'll remember it's there, though, as difficult terrain. Anything else that Severius like to do on this turn? Any movement?
Yeah, I'd like to use my shield bash on the one right next to me and knock it down prone.
Doo-doo-doo. That's a strength. That's athletics versus strength, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Shield Master shoved, bonus action.
Do I have an actual...
I think you just roll, you can roll athletics. And I just contest it with strength, because it's a shove.
Okay. Ooh, pretty close.
And he is going to be knocked prone. Well, I think you get to choose, right? Is it prone or knocking them back?
Yeah, I'll choose prone.
Yeah. I had a feeling. Boom. Cool. That's what we call action economy, my friends. That's how paladins get it done. All right.
Ooh.
So I need 3d8. I mean, that's a lot of it's not a lot of actions. It's a action and a bonus action, but man, gets a lot done. 16. It's gonna step forward and then get the minus 12 from the cloud of daggers as it comes up out of the urn. Yeah, I think it can get to there with 10 feet. It's gonna take a swing here at Ahdri. You should have gotten a pop-up for a saving throw. And you succeed. He's then going to take a swing with his hand. Oh, it's almost an 18. S no good. And he misses on Ahdri with both of his attacks.
So this is new turn. Do I get a sentinel roll?
You do.
Okay. Is it the guy at the bottom?
Yeah, this one right here.
All right.
I love how it does the reaction tracking now as well.
Okay.
Yep, that is a excellent hit with your skull mace. It is, the mummy is near death, heavily damaged. That brings us
Where's the
here.
reaction tracking?
So you'll notice if you look at Severius' character, all the different like little pop-up icons he's got on the left side of his token, or like up in the combat tracker, that little blue circle arrow is an indication that he took a reaction this turn. So if he tries to use, if he tries to take another one, it's this new convenient effects mod that I'm using tracks a lot more stuff.
Nice.
Like for example, if the mummy wasn't in front of her, she took a step forward, it would automatically give flanking to her and Olin. Okay, so the mummy is going to attack Olin here in a second, but first he's got to take his radiant damage. If you want to roll your 3d8. Minus 11. So the Spirit Guardians go through it. It is going to take both of its attacks at you. First with the Dreadful Glare, which I don't think you can actually roll low enough to fail it. And then with his Rotting Fist, which misses. So that is going to then bring us to Olin.
I'm gonna target the guy diagonally down to the left. And we're gonna smack him with the taco.
It may give you an error because of the corner in the wall there. Technically, I think it's looking at it, and a lot of times it wants to say that there's cover.
Okay.
So when I was doing some testing before, it was having problems with that. If it does, just let me know and I'll move him over one so you can hit him.
Yeah, it says target blocked by a wall.
All right, I'm just gonna put him right here for right now, so you can take your swings, and then I'll put him back if he survives it. Yeah, 24 definitely hits. He is bloodied.
Okay.
Well, and then pop him back. Anything else that Olin looked to on this turn?
That's about it.
All right. All right, this guy is going to move up. So I need 3d8 for Radiant, plus the minus 12 for Cloud. And another minus 10 for Spirit Guardians. He is kind of stuck here with his buddies in front of him, so that's going to be his turn. Actually, you know what? They can do the Dreadful Glare up to a distance, so what the hell? He's going to try. He is going to target Ahdri with his Dreadful Glare. Should prompt you for a saving. Oh, unfortunately, Ahdri fails that. Because it was an 11. 10 is just below it. So you are now frightened. So you're going to have automatic disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls as long as the source of your fear is in your line of sight. And the creature, you can't willingly move closer to it.
I love that icon.
This guy is going to come moving forward as well. So I need 3d8 for Radiant, minus the 12 Cloud. Have we got Olin? 3d8 for your Spirit
Okay,
Guardians?
sorry.
Oh, that's no problem.
Actually, I don't know. I was looking at Booming Blade. I think at 5th level, they're actually supposed to take 1d8 thunder damage. I'll have to read that in more detail.
Gotcha. I can take a look at that as well.
Yeah, one thing, would my aura of protection help Ahdri on that spell or on that save?
So it I think it did. I think that's where the +4 comes from at the end. That's your charisma.
Okay.
So yeah. So anything that it is set up, and you'll all notice that when you do saving throws around, if you're within 10 feet of Severius, you'll see that +4 at the end. That's adding in his charisma score because of his aura. So let's see here. That was another 18. Holy Jesus Christ! So that sumbitch is. What did I just do there? A second. Let me do this. I hit the wrong key. It came in with that. Minus 12. And then it was also minus 18. There we go. So as it walks on the board, he's already wounded. That brings us to Alatar.
All right. I moved up a little bit.
Yep.
I am going to cast my Sinlock Snowball.
Well now. Look at you going completely off script tonight.
Well,
So
I
many
never
new things.
get like an AoE opportunity, so
Pretty
You
sure
got
you
one now.
fireballed an entire
Yeah.
room one time.
yeah. Well, that's I had some, a little more clearance. This is the tight quarters. Trying to play smart, you know. Think of the
That's fair.
think of a team.
See,
Eldritch what?
So it's a
Be
5-foot
last.
radius. So my guess is you're going to want to place it like in the exact same spot that Ahdri placed hers, like in this but right in this middle cross section here. So it hits all three of them.
Or if I could do in the middle It has to be on a corner of an existing square. So I couldn't do it in the middle there.
Oh no, you could. You could. So if you did it like so where Moon is saying, if you did it in that corner, you'll hit all 4 of these guys.
Right there.
So if you go right there, you're just gonna hit the 2 of them.
Not the.
Because it's a 5-foot spear. So if you put it in between these 2 here, you're only going to hit the mummy above and below. If you put
I'm
it
thinking
right
of a
here,
circle. I'm thinking of a sphere at that point of 5 feet.
yeah. So if you put it here, it touches these 4 squares.
You're thinking of a 5-foot radius. If it was a 5-foot radius, it would hit everything. But if it was a 5-foot diameter, that's all you got. So each square is 5 foot, so it would only hit those 2.
So if you put it here, you'll hit all 4. There's no way for you to hit all 5.
I gotcha.
The squares are 5 foot?
Yep.
Okay.
I see it. Okay, I got it.
That's fucking dope.
All these new animations.
That's all these spells we've never used. So that one of them succeeded, but 3 of them failed. So they one took half damage, the others took full. Good lord. They are all near death or bloodied at this point. Anything else that our sorceress warlock would like to do?
No,
I think you should describe it. By the way, what did this look like? I think we haven't used it. We haven't used this spell since like Baldur's Gate.
You know, and what first thing that pops in my mind is Binder's Chills.
Yep.
So Alatar's casting this spell and feels a chill come up his spine and out of his right arm as he projects it towards the center of those 4 mummies, and just feels a cold blast exit his fingers.
I like
as it lands.
I like it. Does this one? Let's roll your 3d8. -12 for the cloud of daggers that it can't seem to get away from.
Yay for bottlenecks.
Mm-hmm.
What is it for Cloud of Daggers?
That was the -12. That I've just been applying that -12 to each of them. It's the 3d8 from Olin I need.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
No, that's it.
Is our bard conscious still?
Yes, I'm still conscious. I was confused. I was like, why am I rolling?
Okay, so as this one moves to shamble forward and kind of swing at Olin, unfortunately the Cloud of Daggers and Spirit Guardians tear its desiccated corpse and loose wrappings completely apart, and its corpse falls to the ground at the corner. Just going to bring us back to the very top of the round to Moon. With that and the sneak attack damage, as you wrench your Rose Rapier of Lathander back and forth, the entire top half of the mummy separates from the bottom half. Only sparse, dirtied cotton threads from its wrappings, even still connecting the 2 halves as it falls dead at your feet. Anything else for Moon?
Yeah. I'm going to go risky on this one. I'm going to move into that same square. I don't know if you want to get rid of the dead guy first.
Yeah. Well, that one falls to your dagger. as you slip between somehow your lanky, tall tabaxi frame, slipping in between Olin and Severius. As you step atop the fallen halves of the mummy you had just dropped with your rapier, you were able to reach in with your dagger and disconnect this mummy's head from its shoulders, its skull rolling, unwrapping from its the thread of its cloth until it's just the desiccated skull, eyeless skull sockets looking up at Ahdri as the skull stops at her feet.
Now I'm done.
I will remove that one so it's out of the way. Unfortunately, Ahdri, you can't move forward because you're still frightened. And the one that got you is, is this one right here. It did the glare from farther on. So, being frightened. You will have disadvantage on any ability or attack rolls while the source of your fear is in sight, and you can't willingly move closer to it.
Well, when you're in doubt, you know what you should do. You should just whip it.
Unfortunately, with the disadvantage from that frightened state that it has placed upon you with its super spooky, dreadful glare, that whip unfortunately misses.
When there's mummies creeping round, you must whip it.
Mummy's groaning loud, you must whip it.
All right.
Would you like to, you can move if you wanted to back up, or you can stay right where you're at. It's up to you.
I think I'm good here. Thank you.
All right. That's going to bring us to Severius. And just like that, I love it. It resets the reactions off because it's your turn again. Fuck, that's great.
All right, I gotta sidestep here. Take a swing at this guy. Near death. I'll take a second swing. Oh.
Unfortunately, the second one is going to miss.
And using my bonus, I'll take another shield bash on him.
Okay.
And where is that? Shield master shove. Do I have to roll for that? I can't remember.
Just athletics. Just athletics check. It's just contested. The mummy actually resists that one with a 21. They're like weirdly strong. So you try to shove with your shield, but it pushes back, refusing to give ground. Anything else from Severius in this turn?
That's all.
That's going to bring us to Olin.
Okay, I can't really move to attack that thing melee. So we'll just give it a little, a little bit of a sacred flame.
Yep. It is very susceptible to fire. So with that, the mummy erupts as the sacred light of Moradin suddenly erupts from within it, burning it inside out. It drops at Severius's feet. Anything else from Olin?
I think that's it.
All right, I need a 3d8 from you, Olin, when you can. We get a -12. This thing may never have been able to even close in combat. If you roll high enough here, it's going to kill it. Yep, it's dead. And just like that, combat has ended. You guys, using that bottleneck, were able to take out all of those mummies.
8 mummies with like a few 3rd level spell slots.
Not half bad. Not half bad at all.
For the record, I am always detecting thoughts now that I realize how useful this is.
There we go. Alrighty. So, that. Alright, so we've got a bunch of dead corpses of mummies around us. This is probably a good place to pause. It's midnight for our East Coast fellows. Took about an hour to get through that combat encounter. That went really well. You guys are making your way through the crypt. You've got some questions about the ghosts and that kind of thing that you have come across thus far. Still don't really know how big the crypt is. We've kind of just seen this corner of it. Is this all there is? Is there more? We can always find out in 2 weeks when we come back together.
All right.
All right.
Excellent.
So, fun night, everybody. I'm glad we had everybody on. We've played 2 sessions in a row. Corey's power didn't go out. Andrew isn't moving into yet a 5th state. We're doing good, guys.
Not yet.
This is good.
There's still time.
His fifth state is panic.
Currently, it's exhaustion.
I'm really happy we got to play. We are back in 2 weeks and can continue our way through this. I will let you guys know when the video has been posted. I think it's hopefully to look pretty cool, and you guys will be able to see the bouncing heads, so we kind of know who was talking and when. Yeah, we'll be back and continue on through the crypt.
Sweet.
Nice job, y'all.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night,
Have a good night.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.